Chapter 946. Old Ing, your group is too weak. Otherwise, we could have split the spoils 50 to 50. The purple-robed elder didn't try to hide it anymore. The group he was in had 2 quasi-sacred lords and 1 emperor. No matter how he looked at it, they were able to completely crush Old Ying's group. Old Ing. Jing Kai instinctively looked at Old Ing. The situation wasn't looking good. Old Ing had a calm expression and didn't say anything. He admitted that his group was weak, but that was only in comparison to the top 5 princes. Old Ing believed that Zhao Feng should be able to face a quasi-sacred lord without any problems. The only weak point in the group was Jing Kai. If you perform well in the upcoming danger, we can split the spoils fairly. The other quasi-sacred lord in the purple-robed elders group said, "How could they leave so easily after obtaining the inheritance of a sacred lord so easily?" The 6th prince didn't fight for the throne, so they didn't care about draconic providence. Their only mission in the imperial tombs was to find the inheritance. Therefore, it was necessary to team up with Old Ying's group. Zhao Feng carefully inspected the trio in front of him. Their souls weren't weak, and they had defensive soul-type treasures. However, after being affected by the Black Wind Canyon for a long time, the desire in their hearts had been ignited. This was something that they didn't even realize. As time passed, their personalities would change to a certain extent. From the looks of it, this forbidden ground wasn't as simple as it seemed. Otherwise, how could they affect the minds of quasi-sacred lords without anyone knowing? Zhao Feng glanced at Jing Kai. Although Jing Kai seemed to be scared and didn't know what to do, he could see the anger and unwillingness in his heart, as well as his desire for the inheritance. It's too troublesome to split the spoils like this. Why don't we use our own methods? Whoever gets it first gets it. Zhao Feng took a step forward and gave a faint smile. What did you say? The purple-robed elder paused for a moment and looked at Zhao Feng with surprise. This was actually what he was thinking, but he didn't say it in order to maintain the temporary alliance between the 2 groups. If they really split the spoils like this, Old Ying's group probably wouldn't even get 30%. Hee, that's fine. The young martial monarch glanced at Zhao Feng and let out a cold laugh. He could not wait to make his move. Zhao Feng. Old Ing was stunned. He couldn't understand what Zhao Feng was trying to say. He didn't want the 2 groups to be on bad terms right now. Even though these resources were valuable and tempting to Old Ing, it wasn't like he didn't have any more chances. What he cared more about was the draconic providence. The 3 of them had already fought for half of the draconic providence in this inheritance. This was why Old Ing was planning to compromise. What did you say, Zhao Feng? Jing Kai was instantly enraged. He looked at Zhao Feng with a cold glint in his eyes. If they were to fight for it with their own strength, it would be better to split it 30-70. Old Ing, this is the suggestion of your team member. The purple-robed old man smiled evilly. Both sides fell into a brief silence. Who? The 6 figures moved at the same time. Their target was obvious. It was the storage ring in the blue crystallized coffin. Although there were many other items in the ice castle, the items in the storage ring were clearly more precious. Purple light destroying the sky. The purple-robed elder blocked in front of Old Ing and thrust out his palm. A dazzling purple palm phantom transformed into a sky full of purple shadows and directly attacked. It was obvious that the purple-robed elders group had come to an agreement. The purple-robed elder would stall Old Ing. On the other side, the young emperor charged at Jing Kai. A long golden axe appeared in his hand, and when he swung it, a red light flashed and was extremely fierce. Jing Kai didn't show any weakness when facing an emperor. Countless rays of golden light surrounded his body and clashed with the young emperor. He was extremely courageous. Hee, Old Ing, if your team member likes this method, then I'm sorry. The purple-robed elder thrust out a bright purple palm of destruction. Lei Tong, don't injure the 9th prince's beast tamer. Just take the interspatial ring. The purple-robed elder acted like he had a good heart, but the wicked smile on his face was extremely wicked. Don't worry. The other quasi-sacred lord in the purple-robed elders group had a smile on his face. It would be extremely easy for him to deal with a king. He knew that Zhao Feng had the cloud silkworm saint butterfly a long time ago, so he was prepared. Even if the cloud silkworm saint butterfly's pollen hit him, he was confident that he could suppress Zhao Feng. Lightning binding. Lei Tong waved his hands, and a chain of lightning shot toward Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng took a few steps back and waved his left hand. A large white figure instantly blocked in front of Zhao Feng, and a savage beast aura leaped toward Lei Tong. This was a rare beast that Zhao Feng had met when he first entered the Imperial Tombs. He had spent a lot of effort to tame it. This is a rare beast from the ancient dimension? Lei Tong's expression paused as he looked at the white bear with crystalline fur in front of him. The strength of rare beasts surpassed their own cultivation. Adding on the fact that this bear came from the ancient dimension and wasn't restricted by the laws of space, its battle power was shocking. How is this possible? That brat can tame an emperor-level rare beast from the ancient dimension? The purple-robed elder's expression became grim. He originally thought that Zhao Feng only became a beast tamer because of the cloud silkworm saint butterfly that Duke Nanfeng gave him. Zhao Feng's beast taming skills were average. Furthermore, how could a king-level beast tamer tame an emperor-level rare beast from the ancient dimension? Even some Emperor-level Grandmaster Beast Tamers would find it hard to tame it if they worked together with a small group. Emperor-level Ice Crystal Giant Bear. Nice. Olding couldn't help but praise. In reality, he was also suspicious of Zhao Feng's beast taming skills. However, Zhao Feng was able to surprise him every time. Not only did Zhao Feng conquer several inheritances, but he also managed to tame such a powerful rare beast. This meant that it was worth it to waste the only life-saving array in the Dragon Jade. Furthermore, Zhao Feng also had the Misty Spatial World, a support-type substandard god item. Roar. The Ice Crystal Giant Bear roared, and its white claws slammed toward Lei Tong like lightning. The cold wind caused the air to freeze. On the other hand, Lei Tong's chains of lightning were blocked by the Ice Crystal Giant Bear's body and were completely ineffective. Whoosh! Lei Tong dodged to the side and dodged the Ice Crystal Giant Bear's attack. Spear of Lightning. Lei Tong wouldn't show mercy against an Emperor-level Ice Crystal Giant Bear. Lightning flashed around Lei Tong's body as a large amount of lightning gathered above his head. A silver spear of lightning that was as thick as an arm slowly formed. Lei Tong grabbed the spear of lightning, and his aura rose dramatically. Lightning surrounded his body as he clashed with the Ice Crystal Giant Bear. What a strong force! Lei Tong's hands went numb, and he retreated several steps. His lightning elemental attacks weren't very effective against the Ice Crystal Giant Bear's thick skin. At this moment, Zhao Feng walked toward the blue crystal coffin. Brat, don't even think about it. Lei Tong was infuriated as he threw the lightning spear in his hand toward the blue crystalline ice coffin. Lei Tong's speed increased, and he pounced at Zhao Feng. The Ice Crystal Giant Bear had a certain counter to him. Since that was the case, Lei Tong changed his strategy. He used his advantage in speed to suppress Zhao Feng and take the interspatial ring. The Ice Crystal Giant Bear's weakness was speed. Whoosh! The spear of lightning stabbed into the ice coffin, and the spear was less than an inch away from the interspatial ring. Boom! The blue crystal coffin was already damaged to a certain extent, and it exploded under the lightning attack. Brat, I'll take care of you first. Lei Tong's face flashed with ferocity, and he pounced at the retreating Zhao Feng. Wait, I've already obtained the interspatial ring. Isn't it time to stop? Zhao Feng smiled calmly and took out the dark gold ring in his hand. What? How is this possible? Lei Tong's expression was filled with shock. His spear of lightning had hit the side of the interspatial ring, and the blue crystal coffin had exploded. From start to finish, Zhao Feng didn't even get close to the interspatial ring. Meow! At this moment, a silver light flashed on Zhao Feng's shoulder, and the little thieving cat appeared. It raised its head and puffed out its chest, as if it was saying that it did it. A spiritual pet that can travel through space. Lei Tong's eyes paused, and he clenched his fists as he stared at Zhao Feng unwillingly. At this moment, the purple-robed elder and the other emperor also saw the result of the fight between Lei Tong and Zhao Feng. Their expressions changed, and they couldn't accept this. It's time to stop. There should be other inheritances here. Olding said after seeing the struggle on the faces of the purple-robed elder and company. Okay, Olding, it's your win this time. The purple-robed elder's gaze was grim as he looked at Zhao Feng. Lei Tong and the other young martial emperor immediately stopped and started searching the ice castle for resources. This Zhao Feng is slightly troublesome. His spiritual pet is very unique. Lei Tong messaged the other two and explained. Lei Tong was angry and embarrassed after being defeated by a king. Hee, there's no rush. Right now, we still need the help of Old Ying's group. When the time is right, we'll take it all back. The purple-robed elder's words were full of meaning. That's right, we'll leave it with them for now. The young emperor became excited. Jing Kai had a joyful expression as he ran over impatiently. He didn't expect Zhao Feng's spiritual pet to be so strong that it managed to take the interspatial ring without anyone knowing. Quick, let's see what's inside the interspatial ring. Zhao Feng looked into the interspatial ring with his divine sense and was puzzled. It's only the resources of an early-stage mystic light realm. An early-stage mystic light realm isn't bad, and this is still the edge of the Black Wind Canyon. Jing Kai was looking forward to the next part of the exploration. Old Ying's group then split the items in the interspatial ring. Zhao Feng took 40%. Old Ying, let's go. The exploration of the Black Wind Canyon has only just begun. The purple-robed elder had a calm expression, as if he had forgotten about the unhappiness from before. The two groups saw another group enter the Black Wind Canyon forbidden ground the instant they walked out of the inheritance. That's the second prince's group. The purple-robed elder's eyebrows furrowed. The second prince wasn't very ambitious, but he had a lot of connections behind him, which was why he was ranked 5th in terms of overall strength. There was a total of 4 people in this group, 3 quasi-sacred lords and 1 emperor. However, the strength of each member might be slightly stronger than the 2 of them. Even if their 2 groups teamed up, they might not have the upper hand against the second prince's group. We should hurry up. The Black Wind in the Black Wind Canyon forbidden ground has suddenly weakened. It might return to normal at any moment. Lei Tong's eyes were filled with urgency. Everyone unconsciously sped up. More and more groups would enter the Black Wind Canyon, so they couldn't waste this opportunity. Chapter 9:47. Within the Great Gone Imperial Palace, the ancient stone disk covered in weird runes floated in the air and gave off a weird undulation of energy that connected the 10 white screens. The princes were at the center of the screens. The experts in the clouds around the hall could only see the images of the princes within a certain distance, and the clarity was limited. At this moment, almost everyone's focus was on the 9th prince's screen. The second prince has also come to the Black Wind Canyon forbidden ground. Unfortunately, the second prince didn't enter either. Why would a prince take such a risk? If he's in danger and can only ask for help through the pseudo-crown prince seal, that's the same as ending the crown prince trial. Above the clouds, the experts of the major forces were discussing among themselves. Since ancient times, there had been very little information about forbidden grounds in the crown prince trials. Therefore, it attracted a lot of attention. Just think about what the forbidden grounds in the ancient dimension were like. Would there still be precious treasures from the ancient era? The Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground is one of the most dangerous forbidden grounds in the Imperial Tombs. Luckily, Chinner is very far away from here. The powerful male knew the 13th prince's personality very well. If the 13th prince found out that this forbidden ground wasn't a forbidden ground anymore, he would definitely go in and explore it. The atmosphere was the tensest in the halls of the 9th prince and the 2nd prince. Will Zhao Feng be fine entering the forbidden grounds with his cultivation? An elder from a 2-star power was puzzled. Although he didn't think that Zhao Feng would be fine, Zhao Feng had already used the array in his Dragon Jade. If he died inside, the 9th prince would lose a member. There shouldn't be much of a problem with Old Ying leading the team. Although Duke Nanfeng said this, he wasn't very calm. He had participated in the Crown Prince trial in the past, so he knew how terrifying the Forbidden Ground were. Apparently, the Black Wind Wind in the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground had started to weaken. Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. Another land of inheritance. Lei Tong was surprised. There was an ancient stone door on a cliff in front of them. There was a layer of water on the door that gave off a five-colored light. Logically speaking, the inheritances left behind by sacred lords were hidden in heaven and earth, waiting for a fated person to open them. And outside the Black Wind Valley Forbidden Ground, there were many inheritance entrances that were so obvious. This was because those inheritance grounds had long been discovered and excavated. However, they had not been breached, so the entrances were exposed. Logically speaking, almost no one had explored the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. Only those sacred lords that were about to die would risk danger and enter the Black Wind Canyon to set down their inheritances. Thus, under normal circumstances, the entrances to the inheritances should be extremely well hidden, waiting for the crowd to discover them, and not directly exposed to the public. However, at this time, no one cared so much. Something like a meat pie falling from the sky was not impossible. Opportunities are indeed everywhere. Jing Kai could not conceal his excitement and immediately leaped up. The members of the purple-robed old man's team exchanged a few glances before rushing into the stone gate ahead of Jing Kai. Old Ing and Zhao Feng didn't fall behind and entered as well. In the blink of an eye, everything around them changed. They arrived on a desolate island. Black tornadoes surrounded the island, and the water was filled with whirlpools. The entire island was like a land of death. This is definitely the inheritance of a late-stage mystic light realm. The purple-robed elder felt excited as he sensed his surroundings. The little world of this inheritance was also heavily damaged. There were countless cracks on the little world, and the black wind was pouring in. However, even though it was heavily damaged, the inheritance was still active. From this, one could see how extraordinary it was. But why is there a black wind ghost in this inheritance? The young emperor looked toward the front of the island. There were countless human-shaped corpses on the island. They were slightly larger, but there was no living person. Only countless black wind ghosts roamed around the island, looking eerie and eerie. At the center of the desolate isles was a wooden building that shone brightly, making the ordinary wooden building look resplendent. It's very likely that a sacred lord set up an inheritance here, but after a long time, the little world's energy ran dry, and it was eroded by the black wind in the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. The humans in this little world were affected by the black wind for a long time, and they eventually died. Their souls turned into black wind ghosts. The purple-robed elder was slightly excited. This meant that the test of this inheritance was to kill these black wind ghosts. Furthermore, from the looks of it, this little world should be the inheritance of a late-stage mystic light realm. Olding, how many people in your group specialize in soul attacks? The purple-robed elder asked with a faint smile. The situation right now was the result of the group teaming up. Just me, Olding replied without hesitation. That won't do. Lei Tong and I are two quasi-sacred lords in our group that can use soul attacks. This means that your soul intent isn't weak. The purple-robed elder shook his head and glanced at Zhao Feng before continuing to speak. Although Zhao Feng is only a late-stage king, his soul intent definitely isn't weak since he was able to tame a rare beast like the ice crystal bear. He should have some soul-related secret techniques as well. The purple-robed elder inspected Zhao Feng with a faint smile after saying that. On the other hand, Zhao Feng was looking at the wooden building in the distance as if he didn't hear anything. The purple-robed elder felt slightly awkward. He couldn't see through this junior at all. He only specializes in illusions and doesn't know any offensive secret techniques. Olding answered for Zhao Feng. He could feel that the purple-robed elder's group had hidden ill intent toward them. Therefore, it was best not to reveal the true strength of Zhao Feng, who is easily ignored in the eyes of others. How about this? Why don't we ask Zhao Feng to take out some spiritual pets as a cover? That way we can split the resources 50-50 or rely on our own abilities? What do you think? The purple-robed elder was slightly unwilling. Although Zhao Feng was only a late-stage king, the purple-robed elder could feel that this youth wasn't simple. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to obtain so much in the divine illusion dimension. On the way here, Zhao Feng had encountered many inexplicable phenomena. Thus, the purple-robed elder racked his brains in an attempt to find out more about Zhao Feng. That's a good idea. I don't want to get something for nothing. Zhao Feng's consciousness entered the misty spatial world and chose more than a dozen late-stage kings from the group of black striped venomous scorpions. The poison from the tail of the black striped venomous scorpions could corrode the soul. To a certain degree, it could be considered a soul attack. Good. Old Ing, the beast tamer in your group, is indeed not simple. These black striped venomous scorpions are also beasts from the imperial tombs, right? The purple-robed elder's eyes became sharp as he looked at the black, striped, venomous scorpions on the ground. He felt smug. Zhao Feng had revealed another hidden card. Zhao Feng glanced at the purple-robed elder, but didn't say anything. Let's begin. Lei Tong couldn't wait to vent after losing the last inheritance to Zhao Feng. Old Ing, let's go. The purple-robed elder charged out and released a surge of soul power. The purple-robed elder casually thrust out his palm, and purple light flashed in the sky. It contained both physical and soul damage. After all, he was a quasi-sacred lord who had tried to break through to the mystic light realm before. He had a lot of experience in merging the soul and true yuan. At the same time, a large number of black wind ghosts were attracted over, and they turned into condensed black whirlwinds that swept toward the group like a storm of darkness. Whoosh, whoosh. Old Ying's figure moved as he casually waved his hand, and several dark beams of light merged into the air and struck the vitals of the black wind ghosts. Old Ying's attack was obviously a profound soul secret technique that contained the laws of space. A dark pearl of lightning appeared in Lei Tong's hand. He only needed to pour his soul power into it and use it to shoot out lightning elemental soul attacks. This was obviously a special support item that he had prepared for the Crown Prince trial. In front of the trio, Zhao Feng's black striped venomous scorpions attracted the firepower of the black wind ghosts. Under the combined attacks of the three quasi-sacred lords, the number of black wind ghosts on the island started to decrease. All the black wind ghosts were killed 2 hours later. The 6 of them instantly charged toward the wooden building that was glowing with treasures. Of course, the loot belonged to whoever got it first. Old Ing, Jing Kai, and the purple-robed elder charged in through the front door, while Zhao Feng, Lei Tong, and the young emperor flew toward the window on the second floor. A peak-tier, Earth-grade weapon. The young emperor paused for a moment. The mirror, painting, and incense burner within the wooden building all radiated an aura of a peak-tier Earth-grade weapon. Heaven-grade weapon. Lei Tong's gaze landed on a row of golden brushes on the table as he leaped over. It was obvious that this was a set of peak-tier Earth-grade weapons, and their combined power had reached the level of a heaven-grade weapon. Techniques and battle techniques. The young emperor charged toward the counter next to the wooden bed. There was an ancient book on it. Zhao Feng flew toward the head of the bed and found several bottles of medicine and dozens of substandard god crystals under the pillow. Brat, do you want to take all these substandard god crystals for yourself? Lei Tong leaped toward Zhao Feng after putting away the heaven-grade weapon as lightning flashed on his palm. Zhao Feng's expression didn't change as he put the bottles of medicine and substandard god crystals into the misty spatial world. A faint smile appeared on Lei Tong's face as his palm continued forward. Oomph. Zhao Feng snickered coldly as he circulated the fire of wind lightning and punched out. Boom! Lightning and fire exploded as the fist and palm clashed. Zhao Feng didn't move at all, but Lei Tong was sent flying and smashed into the wooden floor. His right palm was scorched black, and he felt a numbing pain as his blood churned. How is this possible? Lei Tong was stunned. Although he had only used 60% of his power in that palm, how could he be the one at a disadvantage? His opponent was just a void god realm king. How could Zhao Feng's strength be so terrifying? The elements of lightning and fire contained within his attack were enough to make one's heart shake. Lei Tong, the young martial monarch, put the book away and saw Lei Tong flying out to interrogate Lin Yun. Suddenly, boom, boom, the entire little world started to shake and cracks started to spread in the air above. The ocean below started to churn, and the entire island seemed like it was about to be drowned. Crack! Not good. This little world is about to collapse. The purple-robed elder's voice sounded. Jinkai, Zhaofeng, let's go. Zhao Feng's expression changed slightly as he put away a few items before flying into the sky. 6 figures flew out of the crack in the void and returned to Black Wind Valley. When they came out, everyone was dazed as their gazes gathered on the same spot. In the depths of the Black Wind Canyon, there was a 9-colored treasure that pierced through the black wind and lit up the sky. It was as if there was a peerless treasure in the depths of the Black Wind Canyon that had surpassed the mystic light realm. Even the Black Wind Canyon wasn't able to cover its light. Well, what treasure is there? Jing Kai swallowed his saliva as he stared at the 9-colored treasure and was unable to move his eyes away. In another pile of rubble in Black Wind Valley, a 4-man team leaped out from a secret tunnel. Could a substandard god weapon have appeared? The leader of the second prince's group, the goateed elder, looked into the distance with joy. Chapter 948. 10,000 miles away from the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. Jiang Hao, it's all thanks to you that we were able to break through this early-stage mystic light realm inheritance so easily, as expected of a peerless genius of the Jiang family. Jiang Hao, I heard that you have a high chance of breaking through to the mystic light realm. Why are you still suppressing your cultivation? As the 4 of them chatted, they leaped out of an inheritance. The leader was a white-haired middle-aged man. He was handsome and elegant, and his eyes were bright. I must succeed in breaking through to the mystic light realm on my first try. Jiang Hao's tone was firm. Once one failed to break through to the mystic light realm, the chances of succeeding would become lower and lower. Every time one tried to break through, they would expend some of the origin of their soul. This lost origin couldn't be recovered. Therefore, there was a huge difference in potential between those who broke through to the mystic light realm for the first time and those who broke through multiple times. Jiang Hao's ambition made those who had failed to break through to the mystic light realm feel ashamed and envious. That's, a member exclaimed. Everyone raised their heads. Whoosh! In the distant horizon, a 9-colored pillar of light enshrouded with the aura of treasures shot into the 9 heavens, and it was gorgeous as it dyed the sky red. It was like a peerless mountain of treasures had suddenly been revealed, and its golden brilliance was breathtaking. Everyone's conversations instantly stopped as they looked into the distance. This is the treasure light of a divine weapon. An elder's eyes flashed, and his voice trembled, but he was extremely certain. I've never seen such a shocking treasure light in my life. The eyes of an elder with white hair twinkled. Let's go. Jiang Hao paused for a moment, and his heart started to beat fast. How could he miss out on such a peerless treasure? The 3 members were overjoyed when they heard Jiang Hao's words. The 4 of them charged toward the treasure light. Within a swamp in the depths of the imperial tombs, 4 figures shuttled through the dense forest. The leader was shrouded in a gloomy black robe. The 3 behind him carefully followed. The entire group was deathly silent. Suddenly, the black-robed figure suddenly stopped and looked into the distance. The other 3 members' faces went pale white as they stopped and looked in the direction the black-robed figure was looking at. However, they didn't find anything. The 3 looked at each other in confusion. They didn't know what the black-robed figure was looking at. Go! The black-robed man immediately changed his direction. Senior Blackrobe, are we not going to the phone, the inheritance? One of the members could not help but ask. The Blackrobe man suddenly looked into the distance where there was nothing, and then he changed his target. He didn't explain anything, and everyone felt a bit dissatisfied and hesitated. They could only admit that they were unlucky to be in the same team as the Blackrobe man. The black-robed man's strange and evil personality sometimes frightened even them. Fortunately, the black-robed man's strength was truly terrifying. Along the way, he did not fall into any danger. Cut the crap. The black-robed man didn't turn his head. His hoarse voice was accompanied by a decaying soul aura. The souls of the three behind him trembled in fear. They immediately shut their mouths and followed. The Black Wind Valley Forbidden Ground was filled with 9 colors. Old Ing and the purple-robed elders group were in the center of this 9-colored light, and they felt extremely small as they sensed the rainbow aura in heaven and earth. It was just like a beggar who had suddenly seen a fortune that could rival a nation. Instead of rushing over, he was shocked and overjoyed for a while, not knowing what to do. Even if it's an ancient god weapon, it shouldn't have such a phenomenon. Zhao Feng was stunned. The tattered ancient god sword that he had found in the ancient god's secret palace wasn't even 1% as bright as this one. What kind of ancient divine weapon was hidden in the depths of the Black Wind Valley Forbidden Ground? Even Zhao Feng, who is usually calm, felt a burning desire for this treasure. Let's go. We can't lose the initiative. With such a phenomenon, all the other groups nearby will gather over. The purple-robed elder's eyes sparkled as he sped toward the depths of the Black Wind Valley. He was unable to remain calm in front of a shocking treasure. Let's go as well. Lei Tong and the young emperor couldn't think straight anymore, and they immediately ran over. Sai, how can we control such a divine weapon? Olding sighed and felt conflicted. Such an ancient treasure definitely wasn't something they could control. If this treasure appeared in the continent zone, it would cause the Lord dynasties to crumble, and the 2 Lord dynasties might even go to war. However, even if he couldn't obtain it, Old Ying's gaze couldn't move away. He had to see it with his own eyes, or else he wouldn't be able to relax. Old Ying, let's go as well. This treasure appearing here is our fortune. We can't miss it. Jing Kai had an excited expression as he tried to persuade Old Ying. Such a treasure could completely change anyone's fate. Seeing that the purple-robed elders group had already gone over, Jing Kai couldn't wait any longer. If Old Ying didn't agree, he obviously couldn't leave the group. He was an unrivaled emperor in the outside world, but in this place, he was just a normal member. Quasi-sacred lords could be seen everywhere. Furthermore, this was the Black Wind Valley Forbidden Ground. Such a treasure would definitely be accompanied by danger, and they needed an experienced leader like Old Ying. Okay, let's go and take a look. Old Ying made up his mind. The trio headed toward the depths of the Black Wind Valley. The Black Wind Valley was one of the most dangerous, forbidden grounds in the Imperial Tombs. Even some powerful sacred lords wouldn't go too deep into the Black Wind Valley to set up their inheritances. If it wasn't for the fact that the Black Wind had weakened and the treasure had appeared, Old Ying's group wouldn't have gone too deep. How much stronger has the Black Wind become? Zhao Feng's mind was sharp, and his eyes caught the abnormality in the air. Although the aura of treasure made it hard to tell what was going on, it didn't affect Zhao Feng's left eye much. Zhao Feng glanced at Old Ying and Jing Kai, but they didn't notice anything. It was obvious that the 9-colored aura of treasure had attracted everyone's attention and made them ignore everything else. Something's not right. Zhao Feng's expression changed slightly as the power of God Tribulation lightning started to flash within his dark purple soul. Boom, boom, boom. Some faint gray aura was destroyed by the power of God Tribulation lightning and was forced out of his body before merging into the Black Wind. Unknowingly, even I was slightly affected. Zhao Feng was slightly surprised. One had to know that Zhao Feng's soul intent had reached the level of a Sacred Lord, and the sturdiness of his soul far surpassed that of Sacred Lord. After forcing the air of Yin out of his body, Zhao Feng's eyes regained some clarity. Let me take a look. Zhao Feng secretly circulated his left eye, and a faint golden ripple spread across his golden eye. Zhao Feng's control over the abilities of his left eye had become even more precise. In the past, when he used it, his entire vision would turn into a world of particles, and it would consume too much energy and take in too much information. However, at this moment, Everything that Zhao Feng was looking at would turn into a faint golden world. Zhao Feng's eyes focused on where the light of treasure was shooting into the sky. He looked down through the black wind and the rocks. The treasure should be down there. Zhao Feng's expression froze for a moment as if he had discovered something, but it soon returned to normal. What's wrong, Zhao Feng? Olding felt that something was wrong with Zhao Feng. Hurry up, Zhao Feng. This is a great fortune. Jing Kai urged anxiously. Nothing. I just suddenly realized that the black wind has become stronger. Zhao Feng's expression was grim. That's indeed the case. Looks like we need to speed up. Old Ying's expression became grim after sensing it. If the black wind returned to its original state, they would need to retreat. Even sacred lords wouldn't dare to enter the depths of the black wind. Sai, your cultivation is too low. Jing Kai looked at Zhao Feng with dissatisfaction. From his point of view, Zhao Feng's cultivation was too low and couldn't handle the black wind. The trio sped up and flew toward the center of the Black Wind Canyon forbidden ground. The deeper they went, the stronger the dark and chilly wind became. Even Jing Kai felt an eerie chill. The purple-robed elder and company soon appeared in front of them. Old Ying, our groups haven't been disbanded yet, right? The elder in silk revealed a faint smile as he looked over. He hoped that Old Ying and company would come. At that time, even if they couldn't obtain the treasure, they would be able to take back the inheritance in their hands. Of course, Old Ying sped up. Under the purple-robed elder's lead, the group soon arrived at the center of the Black Wind Canyon and got closer to the treasure aura. This was a messy pile of rocks. Each rock was the size of a house, and they were made of dark gray material. The astonishing 9-colored aura of treasure was being emitted from the center of the rubble in the distance. Even though they were very far away, the power of the treasure aura made them feel pressured, and they didn't dare to get close. The pillar of treasure aura suddenly started to weaken, and the 9-colored light started to dim before returning to the ground. The entire Black Wind Canyon forbidden ground became a dark world of black wind once more. The power of the treasure aura has disappeared, Lei Tong exclaimed. The 6 of them flew into the air at the same time and charged toward the top of the pile of rocks. They soon arrived at the approximate range of the treasure aura, but there were still countless rocks below them. Their spiritual senses were affected by the black wind, so they couldn't go any deeper. Purple light destroying the sky. The purple-robed elder thrust out his palm. A dazzling, crystal-clear purple palm shadow turned into a sky full of purple shadows, directly blasting the rubble below. Bam! No one knew what these dark gray rocks were made of, but the purple-robed elder's attack only managed to leave a few cracks on them. Looks like it's impossible to enter from here. The purple-robed elder was slightly unwilling. The area below them was covered by rocks, so it was impossible to enter from here. We can only find another entrance. Jing Kai sighed. I saw a cave just now. Zhao Feng's voice suddenly sounded. It was like thunder, and everyone immediately looked over with joy. Where is it? The purple-robed elder immediately asked. There's a small cave not far away from where we just came from. It seems to lead underground. Zhao Feng answered honestly. The purple-robed elder's group flew away as soon as he finished speaking. It didn't take long for the group to arrive at the place Zhao Feng had mentioned. There really is an entrance, Lei Tong exclaimed. He was overjoyed. In front of them, there was a cave that could only fit one person at a time. It was exposed, and one could faintly see stone steps below. Chapter 949. Within the Great Gone Imperial Palace. At this moment in time, chatter sounded in the hall and in the clouds. Everyone's gazes were gathered on the screens of the 9th and 2nd princes. The 2nd prince was closer to the Black Wind Canyon. What kind of treasure is there in the Black Wind Canyon forbidden ground? We've probably only seen a small portion of such a light. Unfortunately, most of the groups are scattered around the imperial tombs, and many of them have reached the center. Otherwise, it's not impossible for us to obtain the treasure if we work together. At this moment, everyone was more concerned about the treasure than the battle for Crown Prince. If they could obtain such a treasure, It didn't matter if they lost the battle for Crown Prince. In the hall below, the 8 big families, the sects, and the elders of Sky Suspension Palace all looked at the screens in the sky in shock. Many people had regretful expressions that their own forces didn't appear in the Black Wind Canyon. Why is there such a shocking light of treasure in the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground? Sai is too far away from the Black Wind Canyon. The 13th prince's uncle was filled with shock, and he immediately patted his forehead in frustration. The ones that were the most excited were the 9th prince, the 5th prince, and the 2nd prince. According to the information on the screens, only these 3 groups had entered the Black Wind Canyon. Zhao Feng truly is a person of great fortune. Duke Nanfeng sighed in his heart. Several figures in the hall at the back of the Imperial Palace messaged each other. That's weird. Why would there be a peerless treasure in the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground? A fatty with a fat face and big ears messaged. There's too little information about the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. They all have dragon jades, so it shouldn't be a big problem. Elder Gumu replied. On top of that, none of the princes had entered. It'll be the fortune of the Great Gonlor dynasty if a member really does manage to bring out the treasure. A figure behind him said. At the center of the Forbidden Ground, everyone had entered the cave and slowly walked down the stone stairs. This underground passageway is very likely to lead to the location of the treasure. The purple-robed elder's eyes twinkled. The dark wind within the tunnel was thicker than the outside world, and it was almost pitch black inside. Furthermore, the stone walls here were made of a special material that was tough and thick. Everyone's spiritual sense was restricted. Howl! In the darkness, a ghastly howl suddenly sounded. A huge black shadow turned into a pitch-black whirlwind and pounced towards them. Not good. It's an Emperor-level Black Wind ghost. Everyone's face darkened. Sure enough, a place of opportunity would definitely be accompanied by danger. They had been exploring the outside world for a long time, but all they had encountered were king-level Black Wind ghosts. As soon as he entered the underground tunnel, he encountered the Emperor-rank Black Wind ghost. It could be seen that they did not go the wrong way. Go! As the purple-robed old man attacked, a shocking soul force surged out. The purple-robed elder casually waved his palm, and a sky full of flashing purple light flew out. It contained both physical and spiritual damage as it flew toward the Black Wind ghost. Lei Tong immediately took out a deep lightning bead and poured his soul strength into it. A bolt of soul lightning shot out and exploded on the Black Wind ghost's head. Lightning-attributed soul attacks were extremely effective against evil spirits and vengeful spirits. Olding stood behind them and shot out several dark beams of light at the Black Wind ghost vitals. Although the Emperor-level Black Wind ghost had its own intelligence, it was extremely low. Under the combined attacks of the 3 quasi-sacred lords, it disappeared in the tunnel. Continue. After confirming that they had come to the right place, everyone became excited and sped up. The deeper they went, the bigger the tunnel became. Now, many people could walk in a row. At the same time, the thick black wind almost blocked their vision. The 2 emperors in the group were starting to find it hard to block it. The material of these walls is even tougher than the giant stones on top of the pile. The purple-robed elder touched the walls and sighed in his heart. Even with his full-strength attacks, he could only leave a few cracks on the giant stones. At this moment, the toughness of the walls far surpassed the materials used to craft Earth-grade weapons. A fork? Everyone instantly stopped. The purple-robed elder and Old Ing were troubled as well. 2 tunnels suddenly appeared in front of them. Their senses were restricted, and they couldn't differentiate between them. It's best if we don't split up, Old Ing said cautiously. They were in the center of the forbidden land of the royal tombs and had arrived at an unknown underground tunnel. If the 2 teams, which were not strong to begin with, split up, their chances of survival would instantly drop to 0. Then let's choose one of the paths. The purple-robed elder agreed with Old Ying's suggestion. Just as the purple-robed elder and Old Ing were hesitating, 2 Black Wind ghosts jumped out from one of the tunnels. Their aura wasn't as strong as an emperor's, but they were stronger than the king-level black wind ghosts in the outside world. Ha! It should be this way. Fortune and danger come together. The purple-robed elder laughed as he unleashed a dark purple light from his palms. Lei Tong and Olding also took action. They didn't agree or disagree with this method. Let's see. Zhao Feng took half a step back and opened his left eye. Wang. A faint golden ripple spread across the golden eye. Zhao Feng lowered his head and looked downward. In an instant, Zhao Feng's left eye saw through the complicated structure of countless particles. However, he still didn't find anything special. All he could say was that there was definitely a secret here, but it was very deep underground. His left eye's ability wasn't enough to see through it. After a long time, the faint golden ripple on Zhao Feng's left eye disappeared. Who? A black wind ghost suddenly appeared behind Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng, watch out! Olding roared after killing the black wind ghost in front of him. Who? This black wind ghost turned into a black whirlwind and smashed into Zhao Feng's back. Zhao Feng acted as if he didn't sense anything, but the symbols of God, tribulation, lightning in the depths of his soul started to flash. Boom! Ancient God, tribulation, lightning surrounded the black whirlwind that smashed into Zhao Feng's back, and it was instantly turned to dust. See, Lei Tong, who had just turned around, felt his heart tremble when he saw this scene. He thought back to when he fought with Zhao Feng in the wooden building. He was sure that Zhao Feng wasn't as simple as he seemed, but he couldn't tell the purple-robed elder. He couldn't tell the purple-robed elder that he ambushed Zhao Feng in the wooden building, but he was forced back by Zhao Feng. Brat, I thought you didn't know any soul attacks. The purple-robed elder immediately flew over and questioned Zhao Feng. Even the purple-robed elder could feel a terrifying destructive aura when Zhao Feng released his soul lightning just now. Don't any of you have soul-protecting treasures? Zhao Feng's expression was casual as he mocked. The purple-robed elder's expression kept changing, but he didn't say anything in the end. Of course, he had soul-protecting treasures on him, but their effects were terrifying. Everyone followed one of the paths and continued forward. Boom! The screams of the black wind ghost and the sounds of fighting suddenly came from ahead. What? There's someone ahead of us? The purple-robed elder's heart jumped, and he became solemn. From the looks of it, there was more than one path underground. Just as everyone turned a corner, a gust of extremely dense, dark wind swept over. Boom! The purple-robed elder waved his palms, and a dark purple palm shattered the wind. 3 quasi-sacred lords were fighting against several dozen black wind ghosts outside the entrance of hall. An emperor that didn't specialize in soul attacks was hiding behind them. These Black Gale ghosts were all martial monarchs. It's the second prince's group. They had seen this group when they were fighting for the inheritance in the first ice castle. The purple-robed elder's expression paused. He didn't expect the second prince's group to be ahead of them. However, at this moment, the 3 quasi-sacred lords were still at a disadvantage and were forced out of the hall by several dozen black wind ghosts. At the same time, more King Black Wind ghosts jumped out of the hall. Fellow Taoists, we have the same goal. Come and help us. There must be great treasures in this hall. The leading elder with a goatee was covered in a layer of soul ice flames as he looked at the 6 behind him and asked for help. The hall in front. The purple-robed elder's eyes twinkled. He had originally planned to retreat and return to the original fork in the road, choosing another path to try. After all, although there were only 4 people in the second prince's group, their overall strength was stronger than theirs. Olding, let's go. There must be a secret in the hall in front. The purple-robed elder looked at Olding. If Olding wasn't willing to help, his group would be suppressed by the second prince's group. Okay. Olding looked at the entrance that was blocked by countless black wind ghosts and agreed. Zhao Feng, release your black, striped venomous scorpions as well. The purple-robed elder looked at Zhao Feng, who had been hiding at the back. With the addition of Old Ing and the purple-robed elder, the 6 quasi-sacred lords started to push the black wind ghost back into the hall. Thank you, everyone. The goatee elder expressed his gratitude to the 3 while inspecting Zhao Feng. It was incredible that someone who was only a king was able to come this far and still maintain a clear mind. Suddenly, all the Black Gale ghosts that were fighting each other screamed and trembled. Then, they turned into countless black whirlwinds and retreated, escaping through another tunnel. They all retreated? The goatee elder felt that something was off. There should be some black wind ghosts that are more intelligent, but they retreated after seeing that they weren't our match. A member of the goatee elder's group laughed and said, when all the black wind ghosts retreated from the hall, the appearance of the hall was revealed to everyone. This was a spacious, ancient hall that emitted an ancient and evil aura. The walls around the hall were covered in countless complicated array runes that occasionally flashed with a crystalline light. There was a huge bronze pillar in the center of the hall. Countless ferocious giant beasts were engraved on it, and there were even many powerful races from myths and legends. It was grand and overbearing, causing people to feel hallucinations and be deeply immersed in it with just a glance. Jinkai, old Ing patted Jinkai's back and sent his powerful soul intent to wake him up. What a terrifying bronze pillar! Jinkai took a deep breath as cold sweat appeared on his body. If it wasn't for the fact that Olding woke him up in time, he might have already died in the illusion. Zhao Feng looked closely at the beasts on the bronze pillar. They were extremely similar to the primordial races in his memories, and there were even more details. There was a giant black metal door on the bronze pillar in front of them. It seemed to be made from countless pieces of metal, and it seemed to be a mechanism. Countless flashing white gold arrays surrounded the bronze pillar and the giant black metal door. They seemed to be the center of the entire hall. On top of that, this mysterious golden white array also acted as a barrier. If it wasn't for the fact that the array was isolating them, even quasi-sacred lords would fall into the illusion of the desolate beast and be unable to escape if they looked at it. Chapter 950. There were a total of 10 people in the 3 groups, and they stood in front of the green bronze pillar in silence. Do any of you specialize in arrays or Heaven's legacy secret techniques? The goateed elder smiled awkwardly as he turned his head and asked. Everyone lowered their heads and didn't speak. It was obvious that there wasn't anyone. A small portion of the inheritances in the imperial tombs required masters in arrays or mechanisms to break through. However, they were in the minority. Moreover, the experts present had also seen huge and complicated formations in other dangerous ancient lands. They weren't on the same level as the arrays in this hall. They believed that only a few array masters in the imperial tombs would be able to break through the arrays in this hall. Can we destroy this array? A quasi-sacred lord in the goateed elders group murmured. Everyone fell silent. They didn't know anything about arrays, so how could they know if this was possible? Let's give it a try. Use long-range attacks. The purple-robed elder thought for a while. There were many formations in the world that had a backlash. When attacking a formation, one would suffer a backlash as well. Okay, Olding agreed. They had risked their lives to find this place in the depths of the Forbidden Grounds. They wouldn't be satisfied if they didn't find out what was inside. It was obvious that everyone agreed. After discussing, they retreated to the walkway outside the hall. Nine Palm, the goateed elder, circulated his true yuan, and a cold power appeared around him as he thrust out a profound palm. Who? The half-transparent image of an ice palm flew toward the golden-white array on the green-bronze pillar with a cold aura. The goateed, old man's palm force phantom was unleashed very slowly. The instant it was unleashed, the goateed old man immediately took a few steps back. The image of the ice palm landed on the complicated golden-white array. Boom! At the same time, a palm-shaped seal appeared on the wall next to everyone. How is this possible? The goateed elder's expression was stunned, and his heart started to beat fast. If it weren't for the fact that he was extremely careful, he would have been hit by his own palm. His attack was reflected back the instant it touched the array. No one was able to see the trajectory of the attack with their eyes. Zhao Feng's breathing also paused for a moment. Through his left eye, he was able to replay the scene in great detail. When he slowed down time by 5 times, he vaguely saw a shadow rebounding along the same trajectory. As for the goateed elder, he was experienced and had retreated a few steps in advance. As a result, the palm wind that was rebounded struck the wall beside him. It seemed that the experience of the older generation was indeed very useful. This was something that Zhao Feng currently did not possess. The others also widened their eyes in disbelief. As expected, such a precious treasure is not fated with us. Olding sighed. From what they saw just now, it was obvious that this array had surpassed the level of the mystic light realm. Look at the wall, Jing Kai suddenly exclaimed. Everyone's gaze slowly shifted from the array in front of the bronze pillar to the palm print on the left wall. There was a tiny crack in the palm print. This is Zhao Feng's left. I could clearly see what was going on inside, and his expression instantly changed. The aura of sub-god crystals. The purple-robed elder's nose twitched, and then he said with certainty, "Everyone, attack this wall together." The goateed elder revealed a joyful expression. Even if they weren't able to obtain the precious treasure sealed within the array, it wasn't bad if they could obtain something else. Boom! Boom! At this instant, ice, fire, lightning, fists, and palm wind all landed on the wall. Bam! The wall shattered under the combined attacks of everyone. Hu! Wang! A scorching power of wind lightning suddenly appeared behind Zhao Feng. A pair of scarlet wings of lightning suddenly formed on Zhao Feng's back, and the powerful aura of fire lightning forced the other 3 emperors to take several steps back. Whoosh! Zhao Feng turned into a bolt of scarlet wind lightning and charged to the other side of the wall first. Zhao Feng, how is this possible? The purple-robed elder was enraged and shocked. The strength that Zhao Feng displayed right now had almost surpassed the peak emperors in the imperial tombs. He didn't expect Zhao Feng to have hidden his strength so well that even the purple-robed elder didn't realize it. Now that Zhao Feng had revealed his strength and was the first to charge in, it was obvious that he had found some kind of treasure. Who, after Zhao Feng, the 6 quasi-sacred lords charged into the dimension on the other side of the wall. This Zhao Feng is indeed very strong. The young emperor in the purple-robed elders group was stunned. In the last world of inheritance, he had faintly realized that Lei Tong and Zhao Feng had fought for a short time, and Lei Tong was the one who had lost. Lei Tong was a quasi-sacred lord, and his true strength was comparable to normal sacred lords. The other 3 emperors didn't show any weakness and charged in as well. The 6 quasi-sacred lords were dazed. The entire dimension was filled with light, and an ancient aura swept over them, causing their bodies to shake and making them unable to breathe. There were many shards, ores, and substandard god crystals all around the dimension that gave off a bright light that lit up the entire dimension. The ground of the dimension was filled with ores, shards, beast hides, bottles, and other materials. Each item radiated an ancient and desolate aura. These items were randomly scattered on the ground, and they gave off the feeling that they were trash that had been thrown away. This is divine meteoric metal, sky crystal fire ore, and purple gold celestial jade. Some of the older generation present could only recognize a few dozen items, and their bodies trembled in excitement. If any one of these shards and ores were to be spread to the outside world, 3-star and 4-star sects would go crazy over them. The extremely normal divine meteoric metal was even sealed away by the great gone Imperials. As for the other items, they had never seen them before, such as the brown beast hides and the unknown items in the bottles. Quick! The 6 quasi-sacred lords instantly threw away their usual noble attitude and charged toward the ground, hurriedly shoving the items into their interspatial dimensions. The 3 emperors that came later felt that this trip wasn't a waste after taking more than a dozen items. Soon, all the items in this space were swept clean Not even a speck of dust was left. Zhao Feng, hand over half of what you just took. The purple-robed elder instantly appeared in front of Zhao Feng and unleashed a powerful aura that crushed down. Immediately, Lei Tong and another great emperor arrived. Facing the purple-robed elder's pressure, Zhao Feng's expression was calm as he looked at the purple-robed elder with cold eyes. What's the meaning of this? Didn't we agree that it belongs to whoever gets it first? Old Ing immediately stepped forward. When our groups teamed up, he hid his strength and made us do the hard work. Now, we're just asking him to hand over half. The purple-robed elder's eyes sparkled. He had vaguely seen Zhao Feng take away a god crystal. God crystal, not substandard god crystals. That was the domain of a god, and it was the crystallization of the power of a heavenly god. Junior, you're just a measly king. You can't protect these precious items. At this moment, the goateed elder also walked over with a faint smile. Zhao Feng was the first to charge in, and the value of the treasures he obtained was self-evident. Although the other party could use an array to leave, he wouldn't be able to run next time if he used the array in his Dragon Jade. Old Ying's expression became grim. He didn't expect the goateed elder to get involved as well. Old Ying wasn't scared of the purple-robed elders group, but the goateed elders group had 3 peak quasi-sacred lords, and each of them was much stronger than the purple-robed elder. If there was no other way, he would have to use the array in his Dragon Jade to leave. Zhao Feng had the misty spatial world, so he could escape as well. This trip wouldn't have been a waste after obtaining so many treasures and ores. I don't have the habit of spitting out the meat I've eaten. Zhao Feng smiled in disdain. Hearing that, the expressions of the purple-robed elder and the goateed elder changed dramatically. The eyes of the others also bulged out. Arrogant Junior, if you don't have the habit of spitting out the meat, then I'll teach you how. The purple-robed elder's face went green as he circulated his dark purple true yuan. Stop! Old Ing immediately roared. Who? The goateed elder appeared in front of Old Ing and stopped him. Sacred lightning dominating body. Zhao Feng took a step forward, and his body suddenly grew taller as a layer of golden blue lightning radiated from his body. The pressure of his peak 5th level sacred lightning body instantly crushed forward. Boom! The purple-robed elder, who was circulating his true yuan, was instantly interrupted. The blood within his body started to boil, and he almost spat out his mouth. The young martial monarch next to him fell to the ground. His body was trembling, and he could not even stand up. Is this his true strength? Lei Tong had a struggling expression. It was obvious that he wasn't having a good time either. The goateed elders group was also shocked. The physical pressure that Zhao Feng displayed made them, even though they were quite far away, feel their bodies become heavy and their blood almost stopped flowing. Zhao Feng, if you don't hand over half of your treasures today, then everyone in your group will use the teleportation array to leave. The purple-robed elder was enraged and shocked. Even though Zhao Feng had cultivated a profound body-strengthening technique, he was still a king. A measly king dared to go against his authority? This was unforgivable. Zhao Feng, hand over a portion. Jing Kai panicked on the side. He found it hard to even breathe against the pressure from the purple-robed elder and the second prince's group. You're courting death. The symbols of Zhao Feng's sacred lightning body suddenly released light as he circulated the fire of wind lightning and punched out. The suppressive holy lightning body mixed with the destructive fire of wind lightning shot toward the purple-robed elder like a storm of lightning and fire. The array in the hall couldn't be broken, and the exploration of the Black Wind Canyon had ended. It was time to get rid of this old fellow. What? The purple-robed elder didn't expect Zhao Feng to attack first. Moreover, that punch contained the immense power of the thunder flame, causing him to instantly feel a strong sense of life-or-death crisis. Who? A blue shield with ripples of water appeared in the purple-robed elder's hand. Boom! Zhao Feng's punch landed on the blue shield, and a shocking tornado of fire and lightning exploded. Crack! Cracks instantly appeared on the shield before exploding. The purple-robed elder was forced back several dozen steps, and his hands became numb. How is this possible? How can a measly king have such terrifying power? The purple-robed elder was stunned. His shield of water had been directly destroyed. Everyone present was dazed after witnessing this scene. Zhao Feng was able to fight against a quasi-sacred lord with just his physical strength? Hand over all your treasures, or use the teleportation array. Fuck off. Zhao Feng's expression was cold as he slowly walked toward the purple-robed elder. Haha, although I'm late, I should be able to get a share of the treasures. A loud laugh suddenly sounded from the passageway, followed by a surge of cold power. Chapter 9, 51. Although I'm late, I should be able to get a share of the treasures. A loud laugh suddenly rang out from the passageway, followed by an extremely cold aura. The situation was developing too quickly. Everyone was still shocked by Zhao Feng's strength when they suddenly felt several powerful auras descend from above. It's Jiang Hao. The goateed elder's expression changed. Jiang Hao was a peerless genius that had awakened his bloodline from the Jiang family of the 8 big families. Although they were both at the quasi-sacred lord realm, Jiang Hao's overall strength was much stronger than the goateed elder and normal sacred lords. The 7th prince's group. Lei Tong's heart dropped. The Jiang family was the force behind the 7th prince in the Crown Prince trial. The 7th prince was ranked 3rd in the Crown Prince trial, and he was one of the most popular contenders. The auras of the 3 quasi-sacred lords that came with Jiang Hao were all on the same level as the goateed elder. Although the 3 groups seemed to be on the verge of breaking up, they were now on the same side. However, apart from the purple-robed elder and Zhao Feng, the other 2 were still facing each other. Zhao Feng, stop for now. Right now, our 3 teams need to temporarily work together. Jing Kai immediately messaged Zhao Feng. Although he was shocked by Zhao Feng's true strength, Zhao Feng's physical defense was comparable to a quasi-sacred lord's, but he still wasn't Jiang Hao's match. The Jiang family's Ice Demon bloodline was one of the top 20 Imperial Dao bloodlines, and the chance of an awakening was very low. Jiang Hao is definitely an unrivaled existence below sacred lords. Even normal sacred lords might not be Jiang Hao's match. Zhao Feng, let's stop for now. This Jiang Hao is a peerless genius of the Jiang family's previous generation, and he has the Ice Demon bloodline. The purple-robed elder's eyes spun as he messaged. After personally experiencing Zhao Feng's punch, the purple-robed elder knew that he wasn't Zhao Feng's match. Jiang Hao's arrival gave him an excuse to stop. He would sneak away when Zhao Feng wasn't paying attention. His senses were limited in the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground, so it would be extremely difficult for Zhao Feng to find him. Jiang Hao. Zhao Feng glanced sideways at the white-haired handsome man. In the Divine Illusion dimension, Zhao Feng had interacted with members of the Jiang family, and Jiang Chun had left a deep impression on him. At that time, Jiang Chun was also outstanding, but compared to Jiang Hao, there was a huge gap between them. Are you Zhao Feng? Jiang Hao's cold eyes looked at Zhao Feng with interest. He had heard about the Divine Illusion dimension from the disciples of the Jiang family, but he didn't care about the grudges between the younger generation. He was only interested in Zhao Feng. A King Realm cultivator dared to enter the center of the Black Wind Valley. If it were a normal king, they would have already been corroded by the Darkeen wind and turned into a Black Windeen ghost. Furthermore, the quasi-sacred lord fighting against Zhao Feng was at a disadvantage. Having the strength of a quasi-sacred lord at the King Realm was indeed incredible. You want to split the treasures? Zhao Feng ignored Jiang Hao's words and asked in return. Jiang Hao was slightly surprised as he looked at Zhao Feng and smiled. That's right. Do I have the right? The purple-robed elder and the others felt their hearts jump as they listened to the conversation between Zhao Feng and Jiang Hao. As long as the 3 groups teamed up, Jiang Hao's group wouldn't dare to do anything to them. What did Zhao Feng want to do? Old Ying's heart was in chaos as well. He didn't know what would happen next. This isn't about the right. Zhao Feng had a calm expression as he faced Jiang Hao's questioning. Oh, then tell me, how can I obtain the treasures? Jiang Hao snickered coldly. He wanted to hear what Zhao Feng wanted to say. The three quasi-sacred lords behind Jiang Hao laughed. If the three groups teamed up, they wouldn't be able to take the treasures by force. However, it was obvious that there was a big conflict between the three groups, and Zhao Feng was extremely stubborn and arrogant. He didn't put Jiang Hao in his eyes at all. In this situation, they would be able to obtain the most benefits as long as they reduced the strength of the three groups. As Jiang Hao asked his question, everyone's gazes gathered on Zhao Feng. No one understood what Zhao Feng meant by these words. What is Zhao Feng trying to do? Why is he talking so much nonsense to Jiang Hao? The purple-robed elder cursed in his heart. However, suddenly, the fire of wind lightning within Zhao Feng's body exploded out along with hundreds of God Tribulation lightning symbols. A scarlet golden mountain of lightning quickly flew out, and its target was the stone pillar at the center of the hall. The instant Zhao Feng circulated his true yuan, Jiang Hao's body tensed up, and he circulated his bloodline. However, he then froze. He originally believed that the arrogant Zhao Feng would attack him with lightning speed. He didn't think that Zhao Feng would actually throw a punch at the empty hall. Why was he doing this? The other three people in Jiang Hao's group also didn't understand. However, the hearts of the purple-robed elder, Old Ing, and the goateed elder skipped a beat. They knew how terrifying Zhao Feng's actions were. Zhao Feng's punch was aimed at the array at the center of the stone pillar. The goateed old man had already displayed the terror of this spirit formation to the crowd earlier. This mysterious platinum pattern formation could reflect external attacks with an even greater force, so fast that no one could react to it. Everyone's body trembled, and they instinctively took a few steps back. Not good. Zhao Feng wants to kill me. The purple-robed elder instantly felt a sense of death. He didn't dare believe that Zhao Feng still wanted to kill him even after everything had developed to this point. There was no time to use the dragon jade to teleport him away. Retreat. The purple-robed elder instantly took a step back. Boom! In the next instant, his head exploded. Even his shocked expression and soul were destroyed. A deep fist imprint was left on the wall behind the purple-robed elder. Who? Everyone instantly became deathly silent. The only thing that could be heard was the weird howl of the dark wind. He's dead. Lei Tong's heart shook. How is this possible? He clearly took a step back. The goateed elder's face was filled with disbelief. The purple-robed elder had already reacted when Zhao Feng attacked the array and took a step back. Zhao Feng's attack landed on the array and was reflected back. Why did it still hit the purple-robed elder? Jiang Hao's eyes instantly widened, and he took a deep breath. The three people behind him were completely stunned, and their minds went blank. They didn't understand why Zhao Feng would casually punch the hall. The result was that the purple-robed elder's head exploded. A quasi-sacred lord had died, just like that. That's because he used an array. The elder with white hair in Jiang Hao's group looked toward the center of the hall with a bright light in his eyes. However, the dark wind in the hall immediately covered his vision. I'm sorry, but I even calculated the distance you took when you took a step back. Zhao Feng looked at the purple-robed elder's body and said in a low tone, as if he wanted the purple-robed elder to die in peace. How is this possible? Upon hearing Zhao Feng's words, all the experts who understood the principles of arrays were stunned. Calculating the path of the rebound was extremely difficult, and it wasn't something that could be seen through with just one glance. Zhao Feng was even saying that he had even calculated the purple-robed elder's reaction and his step back. No one believed it. However, the truth was right in front of their eyes. At this moment, they finally realized how terrifying this youth was. Killing people didn't take much effort, and using the array to kill people made it hard for the person being killed to even react. For example, even if the purple-robed elder activated the array in his dragon jade, he wouldn't be able to escape in time. This is Zhao Feng. Jing Kai looked at Zhao Feng in a daze, as if this was the first time he had met him. Just this one person had stunned all the experts present, including Jiang Hao from the Jiang family. Controlling the situation. The old man with the goatee was extremely regretful. He shouldn't have expressed his stance so quickly. Zhao Feng took the purple-robed elder's storage ring and looked at Jiang Hao. You have to put in the effort to reap the rewards. At that moment, Zhao Feng answered Jiang Hao's question. Jiang Hao's eyes were dull. Just a moment ago, the formation master of his team had explained to him how Zhao Feng killed the purple-robed elder. He could not help but admit that the punch from Zhao Feng had stunned him and everyone present. This young man was not simple. You're right, you can't reap without sowing, Jiang Hao suddenly said. Everyone present heaved a sigh of relief. Zhao Feng's performance was indeed terrifying, but the strength of Jiang Hao's team was not to be underestimated. Now that Jiang Hao had compromised, everyone suddenly felt that they should thank Zhao Feng. There should be an extraordinary array formation in this hall, and it just so happens that there's an array formation Grandmaster in my team. Jiang Hao said, It's Grandmaster Wu Yu, right? Olding looked at the white-haired elder. It is indeed this old man. Wu Yu slowly stepped out from behind Jiang Hao and looked at Zhao Feng with a deep gaze. Zhao Feng's gaze paused. He originally thought that this trip was over, but he didn't expect an Formation Master to suddenly appear. Zhao Feng used his left eye to examine the bronze pillars in the hall, and then he looked down. He still had a bad feeling about this. If Grandmaster Wu Yu can make some contributions, this will be yours. Zhao Feng waved the interspatial ring he had taken from the purple-robed elder. Okay, I'll be counting on you, Grandmaster Wu Yu. Jiang Hao's eyes twinkled. Allow this old man to take a look. The dark wind was too thick, and it was almost impossible to see anything in the center of the hall. Wu Yu slowly walked into the hall. However, Wu Yu soon retreated and looked at Jiang Hao before shaking his head. This is the most mysterious and complicated array that this old man has ever seen. Even this old man can't do anything. Jiang Hao's team revealed disappointed expressions. Wu Yu was the most famous formation master. If even he said that, then there was indeed nothing they could do. Let's go, Zhao Feng. This trip has come to an end. Olding slowly walked over. Since they couldn't solve the array, they wouldn't be able to obtain the treasure. After arriving at this hall, there was no way to continue exploring the path. This old man will be leaving as well. The goateed elder and his team prepared to leave as well. They had obtained enough treasures. They just needed to find a safe place and wait for the Crown Prince trial to end. The purple-robed elder from Lei Tong's team was already dead. Lei Tong and the other emperor looked at Jiang Hao's team with wariness. The two of them followed behind Old Ing and prayed that Jiang Hao wouldn't cause trouble for them. Just as they were about to leave, boom, 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 the entire ground started to shake. Whoosh! A brilliant nine-colored aura burst out from the bottom of the bronze pillar and soared into the sky. The entire hall was dyed in nine-colored light, and layers of nine-colored light landed on everyone's bodies. The pitch-black dimension turned into a dreamy and grand hall. Everyone's eyes were also reflected by the nine colors, and they instantly gathered on the shocking nine-colored bronze pillar, unable to extricate themselves. Chapter 952. Everyone's gazes were attracted by the nine-colored bronze pillar, and they were unable to look away. Only Zhao Feng's left eye flashed with a weird light, and a faint golden ripple spread across it. At the same time, all the symbols of God tribulation, lightning in Zhao Feng's soul started to flash. The nine-colored light that tried to enter his soul was instantly destroyed by the immortal and undying power of God tribulation lightning. As expected, Zhao Feng murmured in a low tone. This time, he was extremely close to the nine-colored light, and Zhao Feng was able to see it even more clearly with the power of his left eye. The structure of this nine-colored light was actually soul power. In other words, this dazzling nine-color treasure light was actually an illusion. Zhao Feng then placed one hand on Old Ying's shoulder, and a surge of soul intent along with the power of God tribulation lightning covered Old Ying's soul. Old Ying, don't move. I have no ill intentions. Zhao Feng messaged at the same time. Who? The air of Yin and the nine-colored light in the depths of Old Ying's soul were slowly expelled by Zhao Feng. Old Ying's eyes instantly became clear, and then he revealed a look of fear. "Thank you, Zhao Feng." Old Ying took a deep breath and sent a message to Zhao Feng. "I didn't think that we would be tricked from the moment we entered the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground." Old Ying analyzed everything the moment he woke up, and he sighed in his heart. Ever since they entered the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground and started to slowly erode them, everyone started to change, and the desires in their hearts became bigger and bigger. Even Olding didn't realize that their personalities had already left their original selves. Then, the nine-colored light that shot into the sky pointed everyone in the right direction and led them to this place. After entering the underground, the influence of the Black Wind became even stronger. Even the fact that the purple-robed elder suddenly attacked Zhao Feng and the goateed elder got involved was a sign that his desires had been magnified and his personality was twisted. Jing Kai, who was next to him, had been twisted by the black wind and nine-colored light into a weak, selfish, emotionless, and pitiful person who only cared about treasures. He could only blame himself for being too fragile and hiding too many desires in his heart. Even Olding wasn't confident that he could wake him up now that he was so twisted. Olding closed his eyes and circulated his soul intent to protect his soul. At the same time, he sensed the nine-colored light in front of him. It's actually an extremely profound soul power. Old Ing was stunned, and he turned his gaze toward the others. Apart from him and Zhao Feng, everyone's eyes were focused on the bronze pillar that was emitting a nine-colored glow, completely ignoring everything else. Their desire for the treasure was completely exposed on their faces. However, in the eyes of any normal person, all of this was extremely abnormal and strange. "Zhao Feng, why aren't we leaving?" Olding was already terrified of this place. "Let's wait for a while. If the situation becomes critical, we'll use the formation in the Dragon Jade." Zhao Feng looked indifferent. This youth, Olding couldn't see through Zhao Feng anymore. A King Realm expert had entered deep into this place, yet he still maintained a clear mind, waking him up at the crucial moment. At this moment, he was completely fine as he looked at the nine-colored light. At this moment, Olding even suspected that Zhao Feng was the reincarnation of a peerless expert. Wang, in front of him, the nine-colored light on the bronze pillar slowly weakened, and the light gradually disappeared. The bronze pillar returned to its original state. The entire hall fell into a world of darkness once more. The crowd that was about to leave stopped in their tracks. They looked at the bronze pillar and didn't leave. Let this old man have a taste of this treasure. At this moment, Wu Yu's eyes twinkled with excitement as he slowly approached the bronze pillar. Everyone's eyes twinkled as they looked at Wu Yu with a wisp of hope. Olding stood at the back with fear on his face as he looked at this scene. Almost everyone in the hall was being led by the nose. How could this nine-colored light be so coincidental? It suddenly appeared right when everyone was about to leave. Also, the black wind Ing ghosts that suddenly appeared at the fork were actually giving them a path. Furthermore, all of the black wind Ing ghosts in the hall let out a collective shriek before retreating. Everything seemed to be arranged by a mysterious power. "Zhao Feng, what's hiding down there?" Olding messaged him. It might be a treasure or something else. Zhao Feng couldn't see the end of this place with his left eye. He also wanted to know the secret of this place, so he followed everyone deeper and deeper. He watched as everyone slowly lost themselves before finally arriving at this hall. "Zhao Feng, should we stop Wu Yu?" Olding looked at Wu Yu as he slowly walked toward the complex golden-white array. "There's no need for that. Even if I stop them this time, there will still be people coming. They'll definitely come to this hall. Furthermore, the next trial by fire will be here. Don't tell me I'm going to stand guard here and stop them all." Zhao Feng's reply made Olding speechless. In reality, Olding really wanted to know the secret of this place. Then let nature take its course. Olding sighed in his heart as he prepared to use his Dragon Jade. In front of the bronze pillar, Wu Yu closed his eyes and released his soul intent to sense the structure of the array in the hall. A while later, Wu Yu's soul intent slowly merged into the array and started to circulate along with the golden white array. A wisp of blood suddenly leaked out of Wu Yu's mouth. It was obvious that he had used too much mental energy. The others didn't care about this. They only hoped that Wu Yu could break through the array, even if it was just a small opening. As time passed, everyone started to become uneasy. Wu Yu's soul intent had already sunk into the array. He didn't even realize that he had spat out blood several times. Suddenly, a gust of black wind came from the other side of the tunnel. Roar! Countless black wind ghosts charged into the hall along with the dark wind. Not good. It's the black wind ghosts that just retreated. The elder with the goatee exclaimed. Then kill them all. We can't let them disturb Grandmaster Wu Yu. Jiang Chen's expression became cold as he prepared to attack. Jiang Chen, wait. A member of Jiang Chen's team stopped Jiang Chen, who was about to attack. Look, they're helping us break through the array. The old man exclaimed with a joyful look on his face. Countless black wind ghosts, including kings and emperors, charged toward a certain spot on the golden white array. Boom! A black wind ghost charged forward, but it was instantly repelled and dissipated. Roar! A second black wind ghost bit forward. Boom! This black wind ghost was killed by the rebounding force. A third, a fourth, Olding was stunned. He felt his hair stand on end when he saw this, and he couldn't help but take a few steps back. Great, they're helping us break through the array. Jing Kai's eyes twinkled as he exclaimed. Looks like these black wind ghosts also want to help us obtain the treasure. The elder with the goatee stroked his beard and laughed. Suddenly, Wu Yu's face went pale, and he spat out a mouthful of blood before falling to the ground. His soul intent completely merged into the array, the place where the black wind ghosts were attacking. Whoosh! A crack appeared on the golden white array. Boom! The entire hall started to shake once more. Boom! A strange, pitch-black smoke surrounded the bronze pillar, carrying a terrifying aura as it soared into the sky. The entire hall seemed to have fallen into hell, and the cold and wicked aura made everyone unable to breathe. Whoosh! A weird black mist suddenly jumped out of the small crack. Who? This ball of black mist turned into the head of a vicious beast that devoured Wu Yu's body before returning to the black mist through the crack in the array. What's going on? How did the nine-colored light turn into such a terrifying black mist? Senior Wu Yu was devoured by the black mist. No matter how stupid they were, such a powerful and terrifying aura and the imminent danger of death could awaken the fear in their hearts and make them more clear-headed. Olding, run! Zhao Feng immediately messaged. Who? After Wu Yu's body disappeared, the terrifying head formed by the black mist grew larger and immediately pressed down on everyone. A powerful suction force came from the mouth of the black mist beast head. Arg! Save me! The young emperor in Lei Tong's group was heavily affected by this place and was sucked into the black mist. Zhao Feng and Olding instantly used secret techniques and disappeared into the pathway. Olding even dragged Jing Kai with him as he escaped. Only then did the others react and turn around to run. Arg! What's this? A quasi-sacred lord from the goateed elders group was sucked into the black mist. Dragon Jade. One of the members trembled as he activated his Dragon Jade. In an instant, a dragon-patterned light spread out along with the spell formation's projection. Who, however, in the next instant, this member was devoured by the black mist beast head before he could even teleport away. Boom! The black mist beast head suddenly split into several balls of black mist before condensing into smaller heads that tried to devour everyone that was trying to escape. Zhao Feng used the lightning wing's spatial flash to escape while using his left eye to observe what was happening behind him. The person that was devoured by the black mist beast head managed to enter the array through that small crack. Zhao Feng was stunned. What kind of technique was this? It shrank a person that was 6 to 7 feet tall to the point that they could pass through a small crack. Not good. Zhao Feng realized that a black mist head was trying to devour him. Who? Zhao Feng stopped observing and used the lightning wing's spatial flash to escape. Whoosh! The instant that Zhao Feng came out of the entrance, he felt that the danger had disappeared. At this moment, the entire Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground was still shaking. Looks like this ball of black mist can appear on the surface. Zhao Feng guessed in his heart. Zhao Feng, quickly leave this place. Maybe you can still save Jing Kai. Olding looked at the unconscious Jing Kai and was slightly worried. After all, the Ninth Prince only had 7 members. They couldn't lose anymore. At this moment, the black wind within the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground started to become more chaotic, as if it was going to return to its original state. Okay. The golden ripple on Zhao Feng's left I started to dim. Everyone that should have escaped had escaped, and the underground became calm again. However, the two didn't get very far. A wall to the side exploded, and a storm of destruction from the power of a little world swept across the area. A ball of black wind blew out from the underground of the little world. Roar! This ball of black wind turned into a giant black wind ghost that leapt toward Zhao Feng. Not good. The little world of the Sacred Lord's inheritance has shattered. This is the Sacred Lord intent that has been demonized by the black wind. Old Ying's single I looked ahead, and a soul intent that hadn't completely turned into a black wind ghost, yet crushed over with a strong power of Yin. Chapter 953. Not good. The little world of the Sacred Lord's inheritance has been shattered. This is the Sacred Lord intent that has been demonized by the wind of darkness. Old Ying's only I looked forward with panic. A certain Sacred Lord might have placed the little world inheritance in the Black Wind Canyon a long time ago. As the wind of darkness eroded the little world and caused the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground to shake, the little world was completely destroyed. The Sacred Lord intent within the little world had been demonized long ago, and it wasn't just intent anymore, so it could leave the little world. Who? A soul intent that hadn't completely turned into a black wind ghost, yet crushed over with a surge of soul power. A measly king dares to enter this place? Give your body to me. Zha. This twisted black wind ghost gave off a voice that sounded like bones rubbing against each other. It made one's hair stand on end, and their hair stand on end. The demonized Sacred Lord intent decided to take over Zhao Feng's body. Wind lightning eye flame. A surge of eye bloodline flames surged from Zhao Feng's left eye. Golden purple light spun around it, and dark god tribulation lightning symbols appeared. Boom! A ball of transparent purple and gold lightning fire with the aura of god tribulation lightning exploded on the demonized Sacred Lord intent. Zhao Feng's wind lightning eye flame was a pure soul attack that used the power of god tribulation lightning as its core. It was extremely powerful against the soul. Furthermore, the element of lightning itself was a great counter to dark and sinister demons and the like. Rumble. The demonized Sacred Lord intent felt as if 10,000 bolts of lightning were exploding within its body, and the god tribulation lightning was still burning. Arg, how is this possible? The power of this junior's soul. The demonized Sacred Lord intent screamed, and its face was filled with wariness as it looked at Zhao Feng. The demonized Sacred Lord intent had underestimated its opponent too much, so it was charred on the outside and tender on the inside. A searing pain spread through its body. So strong. Is this his true strength? Olding quickly retreated and saw the power of Zhao Feng's soul attack. The pressure from the demonized Sacred Lord intent wasn't any weaker than an early-stage Mystic Light Realm intent, but it was still injured by Zhao Feng's soul attack. With such a high attainment in the soul, it was no wonder Zhao Feng did not fear the purple-robed old man, Jiang Hao, the goateed old man, and the others, because Zhao Feng's strength was enough to look down on them. Let's go, Zhao Feng urged. The darkening wind in the Black Wind Valley Forbidden Ground was gradually becoming stronger. In this environment, the more damage the demonized Sacred Lord intent received, the faster it would be demonized. Furthermore, As long as the damage wasn't fatal, it could use the yin qi around it to recover. Zhao Feng's true cultivation level was that of a king, after all. As the dark wind became stronger, its effect on him and its suppression also multiplied. At this moment, the two of them were still in the center of the Black Wind Valley, forbidden ground. Their vision was pitch black. Olding immediately used a secret technique to escape. Damn it, this junior soul attack also contains the destruction profundity. The demonized sacred lord intent recovered, but it felt its consciousness becoming weaker and weaker. No, I need to find a body to take over. The demonized sacred lord intent's face twisted as its intent was slowly being devoured. It needed to find a physical body to take over and recover its original intent, or else it would become one of the walking Black Wind Yin ghosts in the Black Wind Valley, forbidden ground. All of you, attack as well. The demonized sacred lord intent released a surge of air of Yin, and it roared at the Black Wind Yin ghosts nearby. Roar! 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 The Black Wind Yin ghosts howled in shock and immediately started to move. They turned into black whirlwinds and leaped toward Zhao Feng and Olding. When looked at from afar, it was like a layer of black and oppressive storm, and countless howls and roars that could make ghosts cry resounded from within it. Old Ying's hair stood on end, and he started to sweat. He didn't even need to sense it. The screams and howls behind him were like 100,000 ghosts from hell. Olding was prepared to activate the array in his Dragon Jade at any moment. Zhao Feng was slightly faster than Olding, and he had a grim expression as he looked behind him. Although these Black Wind Yin ghosts weren't very strong individually, there were at least a few hundred of them charging over. Adding on the demonized sacred lord intent, it would be bad if they caught up. He had left marks in other places within the Imperial tombs, but he didn't leave a mark outside the Black Wind Valley forbidden ground. Therefore, he couldn't use the misty spatial world to leave with Olding, or else the Ninth Prince and Zhou Su would still be waiting outside for them. Sacred lightning dominating body. Zhao Feng's body suddenly became taller, and a layer of golden blue lightning flashed around him. In an instant, Zhao Feng's resistance against the Black Wind Yin wind increased. Zhao Feng then casually punched out several times. Giant metallic fists made of golden lightning crushed forward like a mountain of lightning. Every punch contained a powerful soul Dao illusion technique. In an instant, the black mass of Black Wind Yin ghosts slowed down. Zhao Feng didn't think about killing these Black Wind Yin ghosts. He just used his illusion maze domain to make them lose their sense of direction. Zhuzha, old fogey, lend your body to me. Right as Zhao Feng was attacking, the demonized sacred lord intent suddenly flew out from the black whirlwind and charged toward Olding. Not good. Zhao Feng's expression became grim. He didn't expect the demonized sacred lord intent to give up on taking over his body and instead stretch its claws toward Olding. Although Old Ying's mastery of the soul was high, he definitely wasn't a match for this demonized sacred lord intent. What? The demonized sacred lord intent caught up to Olding, who was running away. A powerful pressure instantly swept over, and Old Ying's body froze. His soul felt like it had fallen into an ice house. The demonized sacred lord intent was about to enter Old Ying's body. Gaze of the gods' eye. A shocking purple and golden eye bloodline power appeared in Zhao Feng's golden left eye. In an instant, a bottomless purple and golden whirlpool formed in Zhao Feng's left eye, and it connected to an endless purple and golden abyss. A forbidden power that targeted the soul covered everything that Zhao Feng's left eye looked at. What's going on? The demonized sacred lord intent instantly felt a strong suction force pull it to the side. Old Ying, who was extremely close to the demonized sacred lord intent, also felt a terrifying suction force. It was as if his soul was about to leave his body. What a terrifying eye bloodline technique. Old Ying was terrified, and he quickly escaped from Zhao Feng's line of sight and started to run. He knew that Zhao Feng was restricting the demonized sacred lord intent so that he could escape first. Damn it, you brat. The demonized sacred lord intent roared helplessly and angrily. Its entire body was made up of soul intent, and it didn't even have a place to exert force. Its entire body was being pulled by Zhao Feng. If Zhao Feng extracted the soul of a normal person, their soul would be able to stay in their physical body. It struggled for a while. However, pure soul intense resistance was greatly reduced in front of Zhao Feng's gaze of the god eye. However, even then, the demonized sacred lord intent struggled, and Zhao Feng was unable to put it into the dimension of his left eye. One could only say that this demonized sacred lord intent was already very strong, and it was fighting back due to its desire to live. "Let go of me!" The demonized sacred lord intent roared, but it couldn't control its body at all. It couldn't even take half a step forward. It could even faintly see an illusory ancient city, and the scene in front of it started to become chaotic. This brat's soul-extracting technique also contains the Tao of illusions. The demonized sacred lord intent was filled with fear. "Let go of me, brat. I promise you that I won't steal your companion's body." The demonized sacred lord intent felt its consciousness become blurry, and it was about to be completely replaced by an evil thought. If this continued, it would still be the one to suffer in the end. Therefore, it could only give up on Old Ing and Zhao Feng and search for other living people nearby. That way, it might have a chance of survival. Zhao Feng looked at Old Ing, who was already very far away, and stopped using the gaze of the god eye. The higher the rank of the soul, the more energy it took to absorb it. At this moment, the demonized sacred lord intent was struggling furiously, and it was too difficult to absorb it. Lightning wings, spatial flash. Whoosh! Zhao Feng turned into a bolt of scarlet lightning as he flew out of the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. Outside the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground, Old Ying's body instantly relaxed as soon as he came out of the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. "Ninth Prince, let's go." Old Ing immediately went to where the Ninth Prince was hiding. "Old Ing, where are Zhao Feng and Jing Kai?" The Ninth Prince had been inspecting the situation of the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground from the outside, and he only had one feeling. It was weird. As for the teams that entered, none of them had come out. The Black Wind Valley, Forbidden Ground's Darkeen Wind, was also rapidly returning to its original state. His tense heart relaxed when he saw Old Ing come out, but when he didn't see anyone else, the Ninth Prince's heart tensed up once more. "Let's go. Zhao Feng will catch up soon," Old Ing hurriedly urged. Then, he led the two of them away. Old Ing knew very well that even Zhao Feng wouldn't be able to destroy the demonized Sacred Lord intent. He had taken a huge risk to stall the demonized Sacred Lord intent, so that Old Ing could leave first and take Zhou Su and the Ninth Prince away. Otherwise, if the demonized Sacred Lord intent charged out, the Ninth Prince and Zhou Su would become human targets. No matter how strong Zhao Feng was, he wouldn't be able to protect all three of them at the same time. Zhao Feng charged out of the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground not long after the three left. His left eye immediately saw Old Ing and company running away, and he instantly chased after them. At the same time, the group of 4 from the Black Robe group quickly arrived several thousand miles away from the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. "Senior Black, the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground is up ahead." One of the members sensed the direction the black-robed person was heading towards and quickly warned in fear. Was the black-robed person taking them to the Forbidden Ground to search for resources? However, even if there were unlimited fortune in the Forbidden Ground, they didn't have the life to take it. The black-robed person's actions and thoughts were completely different from normal people's. The other 2 members also revealed fearful gazes. Zhao Feng, an excited and sinister voice suddenly sounded from the black-robed person's body. "Who?" The black-robed person turned into a ball of black light and sped toward the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. Chapter 954. As soon as Zhao Feng left the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground, the demonized Sacred Lord intent charged out. "Damn it! There's no one in the Black Wind Canyon. The demonized Sacred Lord intent panicked, and its consciousness started to become chaotic. More than 90% of its half-transparent soul intent had turned black, and it had become the same existence as the Black Wind ghost. Someone's coming. The demonized Sacred Lord intent seemed to have grabbed onto its last hope, and its body trembled with excitement as it charged toward the black figure in the distance. Kakik, give me your body. The demonized Sacred Lord intent leaped toward the black-robed person. The expression of the black-robed person who just arrived paused. What is this? Sensing the other party's hostility, the black-robed man snorted coldly. Without the slightest fear, he charged directly at the black ball of soul will. Who? The demonized Sacred Lord intent instantly charged into the black-robed person's body. Boom! In just a short while, the demonized Sacred Lord intent screamed and was pushed out of the black-robed person's body, losing some of its power. This isn't a human's body. The demonized Sacred Lord intent said in a trembling voice. The instant it charged into the black-robed person's body, it was pushed back by a terrifying aura. This power even surpassed the power of its previous owner. It couldn't see through the laws and intents contained within it. How was this possible? Such a powerful amount of power. The demonized Sacred Lord intent's consciousness became blurry, and it couldn't even speak clearly. His body turned black as he turned into a giant black ghost, unleashing a ferocious aura. Roar! The Sacred Lord-level Black Wind ghost turned into a large black blade that charged toward the black-robed person. Gaze of death. A cold voice sounded from within the black-robed person's body, along with an intent of death that could pierce through heaven and earth. An undefiable intent of death started to radiate from the black-robed person's eyes. Wherever his gaze passed, heaven and earth became dark, and flowers withered and lost all signs of life. The large black wind ghost in front of him was instantly enveloped by this forbidden power and locked down. Roar! The black wind ghost roared in fear. The sinister energy on the surface of the black gale ghost was slowly dissipating. In front of the death power Upanishad, vitality was extinguished. Everything in this world would disappear. This was the ultimate power that couldn't be reversed in this world. At this moment, several members of the Black-Robe Man's team rushed over. In an instant, the shadow of death shrouded the three of them. An irresistible force seemed to be plundering everything in their bodies. Profound of death. Get back. This is Senior Black-Robe's strength. The three members quickly retreated and took a deep breath. This was merely the remnant power of the black-robed man's profound of death, yet it was already so terrifying that they didn't dare to approach. In fact, they could even feel the life force in their bodies disappearing, including the lifespan of their souls. As the black wind ghost's power weakened, an extremely faint soul shadow was dragged out of the black wind ghost's body. You're a descendant of the God Eye. This soul shadow was the Sacred Lord intent from before. He didn't expect that he could regain consciousness after turning into a black wind ghost. But in the end, death was unavoidable. Whoosh! The half-transparent Sacred Lord intent started to age and become weaker as it was enveloped by the intent of death, and it was absorbed into the black-robed man. At the same time, a ball of black matter in front of it turned into a surge of black air of and merged into the air. A moment later, the black-robed man looked at the world of darkness in front of him before turning around and leaving. Senior Black-Robe, where are we going now? A member immediately came forward and asked with a smile. He finally understood why the black-robed man was the leader. With the black-robed man's strength, even normal sacred lords would die. To the center, the black-robed man replied. Everyone disappeared from the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. No one heard a wicked laugh from the depths of the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. Ha! It wasn't a waste of my 2 breaths of origin chi. These low-tier bodies should be enough. Zhao Feng's here. The Ninth Prince and company stopped when they saw a ball of scarlet lightning behind them. It's good that you're fine. Old Ing had an awkward expression. He was the leader, but he let Zhao Feng stall the demonized Sacred Lord intent while he ran first. Luckily, Zhao Feng had returned safely. Let's find a place to discuss how to save Jing Kai. Old Ing had an ugly expression. Although Jing Kai wasn't very strong, he was still one of the main fighters of the group. They couldn't lose him like this. The group soon arrived at the bottom of a cliff. Old Ing let out Jing Kai from his little world. At this moment, Jing Kai's entire body was black, and an invisible air of Een started to spread. He's been eroded by the air of Een, and a powerful surge of soul power has affected his personality. Zhou Su immediately judged after taking a few glances. Zhao Feng paused for a moment. She was able to tell all this with just a few glances. Her medical skills were indeed not simple. If it was Zhao Feng, he would have to use his soul power or the ability of his left eye. That's about it. Do you have a way to heal him? Old Ing nodded his head. He knew a little about Zhou Su's medical skills. The air of Een can be expelled and healed, but there's still a mysterious soul power left in his soul that's very hard to get rid of. Zhou Su gave her answer after thinking for a moment. At this moment, Jing Kai regained consciousness and opened his eyes. Old Ing, we're out. Jing Kai suddenly sat up and looked around. AI. Unfortunately, the place where the treasure is buried is protected by a beast spirit. Jing Kai still couldn't forget about the treasure in the Black Wind Canyon. Everyone looked at Jing Kai speechlessly. He was about to die in the Black Wind Canyon, but he was still thinking about the treasure. Old Ing and Zhao Feng risked their lives to save him, but he didn't even show any gratitude. Also, his personality has changed too much. Even if we can get rid of the mysterious soul power, we can't guarantee that he'll return to the original Jing Kai. Zhou Su looked at Jing Kai and added, Zhou Su, what did you say about me? Jing Kai's expression changed dramatically, and his eyes became grim. The atmosphere instantly became silent. Zhou Su, get rid of the air of Een in his body first. Old Ing looked at Jing Kai, who was a complete stranger to him, and broke the silence. Get rid of the air of Een and that soul power first, and then we'll think of a way. Zhou Su agreed with Old Ing. They had to get rid of the air of Een and the other soul power in Jing Kai's body first. If Jing Kai changed, then he could still be saved. Jing Kai, don't worry. Let Zhou Su get rid of the air of Een in your body. Old Ing tried to calm him down. Okay, I also feel a little uncomfortable. Old Ing still had some status in Jing Kai's heart. Although that was the case, Jing Kai was still suspicious and kept his guard up against Zhou Su. Old Ing, what happened in the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground? A total of 4 groups went in, but only you guys came out. The Ninth Prince couldn't suppress his curiosity. We're not sure about that either. Any forbidden ground in the Imperial Tombs is a dangerous place that even the first Imperials didn't fully explore. After all, this is an ancient dimension. Old Ing replied in a solemn tone before sighing. The others probably used the arrays and their dragon jades to escape. The Ninth Prince's heart shook. He could feel how dangerous the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground was. Apart from Old Ing and Zhao Feng, everyone else used arrays to leave or died inside. However, our rewards this time are quite good. 2 of the little worlds were destroyed, and we were able to obtain Sacred Lord resources and Draconic Providence without any tests. Old Ing intentionally changed the topic. Old Ing and Zhao Feng then transferred all the Draconic Providence in their Dragon Jades into the Ninth Prince's pseudo-crown Prince Seal. However, the Draconic Providence in Old Ying's Dragon Jade wasn't even half of what Zhao Feng had in the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground. Zhao Feng, you didn't use your Draconic Providence to protect yourself? Old Ing was stunned. When they first entered this dimension, everyone would use their Draconic Providence to reduce the pressure. As time passed, everyone would slowly get used to this place. Therefore, Draconic Providence was used less and less. Thus, It was commonly used as an all-purpose defense to protect oneself and resist the attacks of powerful powers Upanishads, such as the Dark Wind. In the Black Wind Canyon Forbidden Ground, he was constantly using a wisp of draconic providence to protect himself against all sorts of laws and intents. But the air of Yin was still eroding him bit by bit. On the other hand, Zhao Feng didn't use any draconic providence at all, and he was still able to maintain his consciousness. Let's head toward the center of the imperial tombs now. Now that Zhao Feng was with them, Olding felt a sense of security. Furthermore, Jing Kai's healing couldn't leave Zhou Su'er. Zhao Feng, I hope that you won't put too much emphasis on the resources and help the Ninth Prince. Olding had a sincere gaze. And Zhao Feng agreed. He took 2 inheritances in the Black Wind Canyon and the precious resources under the Black Wind Canyon. Zhao Feng had already obtained a lot. Unless he met something that he needed, Zhao Feng didn't care about normal early-stage or early-stage Mystic Light Realm resources. Brother Zhao is already doing his best to help me. The Ninth Prince immediately smiled and said. The amount of draconic providence that Zhao Feng had given him was the most out of everyone else. Okay, we're still very far away from the center of the Imperial Tombs. We'll help Zhao Feng tame some of the beasts here during this period of time. Olding announced the next part of their itinerary. Traveling was the most important thing, and taming beasts was secondary. Conquering inheritances required time to obtain draconic providence. Taming beasts could increase the prince's strength and also give him a small amount of draconic providence. Zhao Feng obtained another 2 beast hordes after 5 days of traveling. At the same time, the air of Yin within Jing Kai's soul was expelled. The mysterious soul power hidden within his soul was too profound and powerful. Zhou Su'er couldn't do anything about it right now. At this moment, Jing Kai's personality hadn't changed much. If this continues, Jing Kai will become a big problem for our group. Olding was slightly worried. He doesn't trust us anymore and thinks that we're after his resources. Everyone avoided Jing Kai and communicated with each other. Why don't you give him to me? Zhao Feng's voice suddenly sounded. Chapter 955. Everyone looked at Zhao Feng in surprise. You have a way to get rid of the mysterious soul power in his soul. Puzzlement flashed through Zhou Su'er's eyes. She still couldn't understand how Zhao Feng got rid of the poison back in the Saint Her Pavilion. Furthermore, Zhao Feng's mastery of the soul was indeed extraordinary. Olding revealed a thoughtful expression. Zhao Feng was the one who got rid of the 9-colored treasured light in his soul under the Black Wind Canyon. But Jing Kai's situation was different. Zhou Su'er spent 5 days to get rid of the air of Yin in his soul. From this, one could see how deeply Jing Kai's soul had been poisoned. Zhao Feng's method of getting rid of the poison obviously needed the healer's cooperation, and he couldn't have any thoughts of resisting. Jing Kai was now suspicious of everyone. So how could he let Zhao Feng's soul intent enter the depths of his soul? I can also change his personality at the same time. Zhao Feng added. In reality, this was what Zhao Feng wanted. Everyone took in a deep breath when they heard this and looked at Zhao Feng with puzzlement. You have the ability to change people. Zhou Su'er said. Jing Kai's personality was already so twisted. The only thing Zhou Su'er could think of was to let him enter some Buddhist sects and follow some monks. Only then would he be able to slowly change. The Ninth Prince and Olding were also extremely puzzled. Zhao Feng definitely wasn't a kind person. They couldn't imagine how Zhao Feng would teach Jing Kai about life. There's nothing you can do anyways. I can guarantee that he will do his best while he's still a member of the team. Zhao Feng rolled his eyes at everyone. Zhao Feng didn't agree with Jing Kai's strength, but just as Olding said, the Ninth Prince's team couldn't lose any more people. Then we'll leave it to Zhao Feng. Olding agreed. They had no other choice right now. Although he was confused, he had an indescribable confidence in Zhao Feng. Moreover, what Zhao Feng said just now, he could almost guess what method Zhao Feng would use, but it didn't matter. Jing Kai, who was resting at the side, noticed that something was wrong with the expressions of the others. He felt suspicious. Suddenly, Zhao Feng got up and walked towards him. What are you doing? Jing Kai panicked. The strength and means Zhao Feng had displayed in Black Wind Valley was still fresh in Jing Kai's mind. He was still very afraid of him. Who? Zhao Feng waved his left hand and put Jing Kai into the misty spatial world. Zhao Feng was the ruler of the misty spatial world, and the laws of the misty spatial world completely restricted Jing Kai. Zhao Feng walked towards Jing Kai, his powerful soul pressing down on him again. Oh! Jing Kai's body and soul were greatly suppressed. He couldn't circulate his true yuan or soul will. Dark Heart Seal. A flickering purple and gold seal of lightning appeared in Zhao Feng's left eye, and it slowly imprinted itself into the depths of Jing Kai's soul, along with wisps of the aura of God Tribulation Lightning. Although Jing Kai had the strength of an unrivaled emperor, his soul intent was his weakness. With Zhao Feng's soul intent, which was equivalent to a sacred lord's, he was able to easily imprint the Dark Heart Seal. A while later, Master, I understand your good intentions. Please heal me. Jing Kai half knelt in front of Zhao Feng. Although Jing Kai's personality wouldn't change after being imprinted with the Dark Heart Seal, he believed Zhao Feng's words without any doubt and wouldn't have any other thoughts. If Zhao Feng had the ability to teach others, he might be able to turn Jing Kai into a good person in a short while. However, Zhao Feng didn't have the time to do that. I'll first get rid of the mysterious soul power in your soul. Don't resist. Zhao Feng placed his hand on Jing Kai's head, and a surge of soul intent shot out from Zhao Feng's soul body. Yes, Zhao Feng. Jing Kai relaxed and acted as if he was willing to let Zhao Feng do whatever he wanted. At the same time, he changed the word master to Zhao Feng. After all, Zhao Feng was a member of the team, and if one of the team members called him master, the other members would become afraid of Zhao Feng. Who? Through his arm, Zhao Feng's soul intent slowly entered Jing Kai's soul with his powerful soul power. Because he had a lightning soul body, Zhao Feng's soul power automatically contained the power of God Tribulation Lightning. At the same time, with the help of Zhao Feng's God Spiritual Eye, he was able to clearly see the evil soul power within Jing Kai's soul and carefully get rid of it. However, this power had invaded Jing Kai's soul too deeply. Even Zhao Feng had to spend a lot of time to get rid of it. Of course, all of this was done while they were resting on the road. After all, the first stage of the Crown Prince trial was about to end. Everyone needed to get to the center of the imperial tombs as soon as possible. During this period of time, Zhao Feng didn't let Jing Kai reveal himself and told him to focus on cultivating in the misty spatial world. After the trip to the Black Wind Canyon, Jing Kai's soul intent had become more refined. However, Zhao Feng still wasn't satisfied with Jing Kai's strength. As a battle-type team, the Ninth Prince was much weaker than the other teams. At the very least, he didn't even have the battle power of a sacred lord. After Jing Kai's treatment ended, Zhao Feng had time to consolidate his strength. Ever since entering the Crown Prince trial, Zhao Feng hadn't had the time to comprehend all the battles. The battle experience of the older generation was very practical. For example, Sacred Lord 100 Refine's close combat techniques were definitely unique to the Chao family. At the same time, Zhao Feng would occasionally enter the ancient dream realm. Zhao Feng realized that his ability to adapt to the ancient dream realm had increased. On a certain day, Zhao Feng enslaved another flying Yao spirit while walking through the ancient forest. A black eagle with the aura of an emperor landed on Zhao Feng's head, who, after leaving the ancient dream realm and returning to the imperial tombs, Zhao Feng stood on top of a cliff and released the black eagle into the air. That's the fifth one. Zhao Feng had a smile on his face as he murmured softly. At the bottom of the cliff, everyone entered a state of cultivation. They could all feel how weak they were in the Crown Prince trial. They could only use all the time they had left. The Ninth Prince was the most hard-working, and since he was extremely talented, he was improving very quickly. Over the next few days, apart from traveling and resting, everyone only had one thing to do: help Zhao Feng tame beasts. Zhao Feng, we tamed the winged wolf pack and the night wolf pack last time. Now, you have enough agile and aggressive beasts. Old, Ing analyzed. After taming Beast twice, Olding had a complete understanding of Zhao Feng's beast-taming abilities. He could only say that Zhao Feng was so strong in every aspect that he wasn't human at all. One person could take on many responsibilities in a group, and Zhao Feng could even take over Old Ying's position. Olding knew that he wasn't as good as Zhao Feng when it came to predicting danger and analyzing weaknesses. Now, we need beasts with strength. Old Ying's eyes twinkled. Olding changed his strategy after learning about Zhao Feng's beast-taming abilities. Zhao Feng's beast horde was a key part of the Crown Prince trial. Olding placed great importance on it, and he was willing to spend a lot of time and manpower to strengthen Zhao Feng's beast horde. Beast-taming beasts. Zhao Feng thought about his ice crystal bear. However, it was obvious that Olding needed a large number of beasts with strength. Zhao Feng never thought that the Crown Prince trial would be so complicated. From the looks of it, the position of beast tamer wasn't easy. This is the place. The group stopped in a dark forest with towering trees. A wild and primal aura and an aura of blood instantly swept over. Boom! Occasionally, there would be an explosion accompanied by the roars of beasts. Everyone could feel that this place wasn't normal. We've arrived at the central region of the Imperial Tombs. This is a gathering place for beasts, and there are many powerful beasts here. Old Ing introduced the place to everyone. Who? A figure appeared next to Zhao Feng. It was Jing Kai. Jing Kai. Everyone had hesitant gazes as they inspected Jing Kai. At this moment, they couldn't feel the wicked power from Jing Kai's body anymore. It was obvious that Zhao Feng had successfully gotten rid of it. I've been cultivating in Zhao Feng's little world this entire time. Jing Kai didn't feel anything when facing everyone else, but he still followed Zhao Feng's request and talked to the other members of the group. Zhao Feng let him out for the sake of the group's safety. The group of 5 then entered the center of the forest. In the depths of the forest, there was a pitch-black tree hole under a towering ancient tree. Inside the tree hole, however, was another world. It was like a brand new world. There was a sandstorm in the desert, and there was a giant castle made of sand in the center of the desert. Sure you lay, hand over the inheritance and draconic providence, and I'll let you go. A red-haired male covered in golden flames held a long spear and gave off a strong battle power. There were 3 other members next to the red-haired male. In front of them was a stone wall made of sand, and there were talismans and arrays on it. Boom! The red-haired male swept out with his long spear, and a giant ball of flames shot out like a blood-red flaming dragon with a domineering and scorching aura. Boom! Yellow sand rippled on the stone wall, spreading out like ripples in water. This blood-red flame dragon merged into the center, causing several muffled explosions to ring out. Then, the stone wall returned to its original state. It's useless, Tai Lingyun. With the power of the Shi family's bloodline and the protection of the inheritance, we won't be able to break in. A red-haired old man stood to the side, and the other 2 stood behind him obediently. The defense of this array is extremely profound. As expected of Shun Jizi, the eyes of an array master behind the red-haired old man flickered. Every attack from Tai Lingyun would be weakened by the mysterious array on the stone wall. Inside the sand wall, Shi Yulei held a dark yellow shield with both hands, and there was a dark yellow dragon carved on it. This shield was in the center of the stone wall, and it couldn't be moved. What powerful attacks! As expected of the prodigy of the Tai family's younger generation. Such a terrifying blood devil son bloodline. Shi Yulei harumphed. If it wasn't for the inheritance sacred weapon in his hand that could borrow some of the power from the little world, their group wouldn't have the strength to fight the 4th prince's group. Senior Shinjizi, why don't we use the array in the Dragon Jade to leave? Su Qingling's face was pale, and it was obvious that she was heavily injured. There's no need. Someone's already here to save us. A pale old man sitting cross-legged in the center suddenly opened his eyes, which were as deep as the starry night, as if they contained endless philosophy. Chapter 956. If you are unwilling to hand over the legacy resources and draconic providence, You can choose to tell me Zhao Feng's current location. Tai Lingyun frowned slightly impatiently. This inheritance space was well preserved. Sure Yulei's defensive inheritance sacred tool had connected with the power of this place to form a yellow sandwall. Even the Tai family's elders couldn't do anything about it. Staying here would be a waste of both parties' time. However, the Ninth Prince's team probably didn't care about this bit of time. The Ninth Prince had no hope of becoming the Crown Prince. The Fourth Prince was different. He was the prince with the highest chance of becoming the Crown Prince. It was very likely that he would be targeted by the other princes, so their time was extremely precious. Senior Shinjizi, I believe you should be able to roughly divine it, right? Zhao Feng and Xian Yuan were the two people he wanted to defeat the most in the Imperial tombs. Then there was Yu Qianhao. He possessed the unparalleled heaven-battling bloodline, and after a few years, he had grown to a point where others could not help but take him seriously. You'll know where he is the moment you turn around. Shinjizi's aged voice came from the other side of the yellow sandwall. Turn around? Tai Lingyun did not know what this meant. However, all of a sudden, the bloodline in his body trembled slightly, as if it had sensed something. Tai Lingyun immediately turned his head. Outside the ancient castle, a group of people was flying over. Zhao Feng, Tai Lingyun's entire body surged with a blood sun-like glazed flame, overflowing with battle intent. Within the yellow sandwall, Old Ing, the Ninth Prince, and Zhao Feng are all here. Su Qingling instantly sensed the situation outside. Great, Sure Yulei sighed. If this stalemate continued, he would still be the one who couldn't hold on. At the same time, Sure Yulei looked at Shinjizi. As expected of a master diviner, he could even divine something like this. This was the biggest crisis their team had faced so far, but they still managed to resolve it without using the Dragon Jade's formation. Sure Yulei couldn't help but admire this old senior who was once famous in Dagon. They had been surrounded by the Fourth Prince's team. However, now that all the members of the Ninth Prince's team were here, the situation was completely different, just like how they had surrounded the Fourth Prince's team. Boom! Sure Yulei removed his defenses. Tai Lingyun, don't be anxious. The red-haired old man secretly transmitted his voice. Even though they had one sacred lord and 3 quasi-sacred lords on their side, the sacred lord was still a sacred lord. On the other hand, the Ninth Prince's group had arrived. There was a total of 8 people, and the Ninth Prince could use Draconic Providence to instantly increase his battle power. This was the uniqueness of the Prince in this game. Facing so many teams, the Prince was everyone's target. But against a single team, the Prince was practically a super strong force. Moreover, even if the individual strength of a complete team was not strong, when they worked together perfectly, there was almost no weakness. Sure Yulei specialized in defense, and Su Qingling's soul attacks were impossible to defend against. There was also Shunjizi, the mysterious array master, and the Beast Tamer's Beast Horde. With the treatment of the Doctor, the Beast Horde could unleash boundless battle power. This was the power of a team. Even though the red-haired elder was a holy lord, he didn't want to tangle with such a team. Zhao Feng, do you dare to fight me? Tai Lingyun ignored the Tai family elder's words and turned into a ball of yang flame, directly rushing out. Everyone be careful. Old Ing messaged everyone, and the 6 of them stepped forward. Who? Tai Lingyun floated in the air and looked at the other 5 with annoyance. He gave a forced smile and said, What's wrong, Zhao Feng? You have the Blood Devil Sun bloodline, but you're hiding behind someone else and becoming a beast tamer? Hearing what Tai Lingyun said, Sure Yulei and Su Qingling both paused in the sandstone castle. They were just wondering why Tai Lingyun was so interested in Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng had the Blood Devil Sun bloodline of the Tai family? What was going on? They immediately thought back to the 2 people from the Tai family that came before the fights for the spots. So that's how it is. Everything makes sense now. Olding had already told the Ninth Prince and Zhou Su'er about this. At this moment, they looked at Zhao Feng with a complicated gaze. Tai Lingyun, this isn't a place for one-on-one fights. This is the Crown Prince trial. Old Ying's voice sounded. They had the advantage right now, and They didn't need to let Xiao Feng fight Tai Lingyun. Okay, then we'll use the rules of the Crown Prince trial. Tai Lingyun's eyes became grim. Let Xiao Feng fight me. If he wins, then all the draconic providence within this dragon jade will be yours. Tai Lingyun shook the dragon jade at his waist. It flickered with a crystalline light, vaguely forming a golden dragon tattoo. So much draconic providence. Old Ying's eyes twinkled as he sighed in his heart. The difference between the groups was still very big. Tai Lingyun's group's target was probably some early-stage or late-stage sacred lore inheritances, but they had gathered so much draconic providence. At this moment, the red-haired elder led 2 other members over from the sandstone castle. Behind them, Shinjizi's group maintained a certain distance. Old Ing and Jing Kai immediately stood in front of the 9th prince and Zhou Su, and remained cautious. Old Ing, it's my mistake for you to surround us, but you can't stop us if we want to leave. The red-haired elder had a calm expression. Old Ying's eyes became grim as he looked at Tai Yunhua. This was indeed the case. All the members of the 9th prince's group were here. In a head-on fight, they wouldn't be scared even if the 4th prince's group was strong. However, if Tai Yunhua's group wanted to leave, how many of them could catch up? Even if some of their members could catch up, they wouldn't be a match for Tai Yunhua's group if they left the group. Why don't we do as Tai Lingyun said, and let Xiao Feng come out and use the draconic providence as a bet? Tai Yunhua glanced at Xiao Feng's dim dragon jade, and then at Xiao Feng. He also wanted to see the perfect blood devil sun bloodline. The 9th prince's group all looked at Xiao Feng. Jing Kai, the 9th prince, and Old Ing were confident in Xiao Feng facing Tai Lingyun. Xiao Feng had the perfect blood devil sun bloodline, but he specialized in soul eye bloodline techniques. He had a big advantage against Tai Lingyun. Furthermore, Tai Yunhua was obviously trying to make this fight happen because Xiao Feng's dragon jade had no light at all. Even if Xiao Feng lost, they wouldn't lose anything. That's a good idea. Xiao Feng stepped out. The people from the Tai family kept bothering him. Even though he had told Tai Hongnan everything before the fights for the spots, he knew that this wasn't over yet. The people from the Tai family were arrogant and self-centered. Xiao Feng didn't like this for a long time. Shi Yulei and Su Qingling paused. The 9th prince and company didn't have any intention of objecting. Could Xiao Feng's strength be able to fight against the genius of the Tai family, Tai Lingyun? What do they miss? Good. The bloodline within Tai Lingyun's body started to burn, and a layer of glass-like flames covered his body. He was like a flaming war god that radiated a scorching battle intent. A scorching power made everyone present uncomfortable. Their bodies felt pressured, and their blood and true yuan seemed to be burning. Everyone instinctively retreated. Sacred lightning dominating body. Xiao Feng took a step forward, and his body grew taller. He released a layer of golden blue lightning that crushed forward. You're not even using your bloodline. Tai Lingyun's eyes were cold. Xiao Feng's actions were an insult to him. Tai Lingyun immediately leapt into the air, and the glass-like flames around his body expanded dramatically. He turned into a glass-like fireball that smashed toward Xiao Feng. A pair of scarlet wings of lightning instantly appeared behind Xiao Feng's back. Lightning flashed, and a limitless physical force of lightning spread out along with the sacred lightning body, causing Tai Lingyun's speed to slow down. Whoosh! Xiao Feng's scarlet wings of lightning suddenly flapped. Whoosh! Xiao Feng's figure turned into a bolt of scarlet lightning that charged toward the glass-like fireball at an even faster speed. Xiao Feng's actions instantly broke Tai Lingyun's momentum, and he unleashed an even more dominating charge. He had the initiative from the start of the battle. Boom! The scarlet golden light and the blood-red flames clashed, and a shocking explosion sounded out like a meteor crashing into the ground. Tai Lingyun was pushed back several steps, and he was slightly surprised. Xiao Feng's physical force made him feel as if he had struck steel, and the burning characteristic of his blood devil sun bloodline was greatly reduced. Whoosh! 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 Zhao Feng used the scarlet wings of lightning to stabilize himself as he retreated. He cultivated the sacred lightning body, and his defense was shocking. However, Tai Ling Yun's Blood Devil Sun bloodline allowed him to unleash power that far surpassed Zhao Feng's, even though he was at a disadvantage. The difference between a king and a quasi-sacred lord was huge. The blood within Zhao Feng's body started to boil, and his entire body started to heat up. Furthermore, Zhao Feng felt that the explosive power of Tai Ling Yun's bloodline wasn't too different from his perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline. This was enough to prove that although Tai Ling Yun's bloodline wasn't perfect, it was stronger than normal bloodlines of the Tai family, and Tai Ling Yun's control over it was perfect. Sacred lightning dominating fist. Zhao Feng spun in the air and once again unleashed the explosive power of a dive. He then completely activated his sacred lightning body, and his fists flashed with scarlet and golden lightning as he punched out. One after another, metallic lightning fists pressed down on Tai Ling Yun like a giant mountain of lightning. Blood Devil Charge. Tai Ling Yun's eyes were cold, and a glass-like blood-colored light started to burn around his body. It was as if he was bathing in flames, and his body became bright red. Boom! The blood-colored flames around Tai Ling Yun's body exploded, and he instantly flew forward. His speed and power were 3 times faster than before, and he was like a ball of burning lava. Even Zhao Feng paused for a moment. He instantly understood that this was the secret technique of the Tai family's Blood Devil Sun bloodline. Ding! Bam! The spear in Tai Ling Yun's hand was like a flaming dragon as it clashed against Zhao Feng's scarlet wings of lightning. After using the Blood Devil Charge, Tai Ling Yun's offense became even stronger, and the burning effect of his Blood Devil Sun bloodline became much stronger. Zhao Feng's body started to boil, and his Blood Devil Sun bloodline seemed like it was about to explode. Boom! Boom! A sandstorm that contained countless flames and lightning engulfed the two figures. The sound of explosions resounded across heaven and earth like thunder. This child is actually cultivated in such a profound, body-refining cultivation method. Under the situation where Tai Ling Yun executed the Blood Demon Charge, he is still able to persevere. Tai Yunhua's eyes twinkled in the distance. So strong, as expected of Master. Zhao Feng. Jing Kai's blood boiled. At this moment, Zhao Feng was fighting on par with the genius of the Tai family. This is Zhao Feng. Shi Yulei's mouth dropped open. There was no need for a beast tamer to have such strong battle power, right? I didn't expect Zhao Feng to be so strong. Su Qingling's cold expression changed for the first time. Boom, boom, boom. After using the Blood Devil Charge, Tai Ling Yun's explosive power was unstoppable. Zhao Feng was forced back by the barrage of attacks, and he was at a disadvantage. His sacred lightning body had become bright red from the burning, and he had lost a lot of blood essence. The sacred lightning dominating fists, lightning suppression, and numbing effects weren't very effective against the Blood Devil Sun bloodline. Whoosh! Zhao Feng blocked one of Tai Ling Yun's explosive attacks with his fists, and he felt a burning pain in his arms. He then used the scarlet wings of lightning to retreat. A wicked smile appeared on Zhao Feng's face. If you want to see, then I'll let you see. A bright red glass-like flame surrounded Zhao Feng's body like a blood-colored mist. In an instant, Zhao Feng's entire body seemed to be bathed in fire, and his body was bright red. With the addition of his sacred lightning body, he was like a flaming demonic sovereign. A terrifying burning aura formed a ball of flames that spread in every direction, and the temperature of the desert started to rise. Chapter 9:57. A scorching and terrifying aura spread out like a shockwave. The dark yellow desert was instantly covered in a layer of bright red flames, and the air twisted as if it was a burning hell. From afar, the two of them were like the sun in this place, and they released a burst of blood-colored light. Tai Ling Yun's bloodline trembled slightly, and the glass-like flames on his body seemed to be suppressed by Zhao Feng's blood-colored flames. However, this pressure made him even more excited. Behind Tai Lingyun, Tai Yunhua's bloodline also trembled slightly, and it started to throb as if it was about to burn. So this is the perfect blood devil sun bloodline. Tai Yunhua's fiery eyes stared at Zhao Feng's perfect blood-colored glass-like body. The blood-colored flames seemed to be burning their life force to fight, and it made others feel respect and fear. This was the perfect bloodline of the Tai family, and it was his first time seeing it. If such a powerful bloodline returned to the Tai family, this is the perfect blood devil sun bloodline. The two people next to Tai Yunhua obviously knew about this, but they were still stunned after seeing the power of the perfect blood devil sun bloodline. Their bodies and bloodlines all felt a burning sensation, and they immediately circulated their true essence to resist some of the remaining energy. The perfect blood devil sun bloodline was a terrifying battle-type bloodline that could be ranked in the top 10 Imperial Dao bloodlines. Olding and company quickly retreated behind Zhao Feng. Those with weaker bodies and weaker cultivations, such as Zhou Su'er and Su Qingling, felt as if their bodies were on fire, and a suffocating pressure swept over them. How is this possible? Zhao Feng's bloodline is even stronger than Tai Lingyun's. Shi Yulei had a shocked expression, and his heart started to tremble. Tai Lingyun was publicly recognized as having the strongest bloodline among the younger generation of the Tai family, and his talent was unparalleled in the family. Even Shi Yulei, who specialized in defense, couldn't handle Tai Lingyun's explosive power. On the other hand, Zhao Feng's blood devil sun bloodline was faintly suppressing Tai Lingyun's bloodline. There was only one possibility. That's right, the perfect blood devil sun bloodline. Olding was stunned. This was his first time seeing the perfect blood devil sun bloodline. It was a terrifying Imperial Dao bloodline that was almost extinct. How is this possible? Su Qingling's face was filled with shock. She remembered what Zhao Feng had said during the fights for the spots. It was actually true. Zhao Feng had the perfect blood devil sun bloodline, which was why an elder of the Tai family personally came to recruit him. But now, the Zhao Feng that they had underestimated was on par with the fourth prince's subordinate, the peerless genius of the Tai clan. As expected of Zhao Feng, the ninth prince's face was filled with excitement. Zhao Feng's current strength far surpassed anyone in the team. He was even comparable to the main combat members of the top 5 princes. Furthermore, Zhao Feng was also the beast tamer, the pillar of the team. All of this was beyond the ninth prince's expectations. Boom! Tai Lingyun's bloodline was slightly suppressed, but the glazed flame on his body abruptly burst out. In an instant, he erupted with an aura that was equal to Zhao Feng's. Haha, let me taste the so-called perfect blood devil sun bloodline. Tai Lingyun's battle intent seemed to be burning, blazing, and berserk. Blood devil charge. Tai Lingyun once again used this move. He was like a ball of blood-red lava that radiated a terrifying pressure that could scare gods and ghosts. Oomph. The perfect blood devil sun bloodline suppressed bloodlines that hadn't reached the level of atavism. Zhao Feng felt that the huge difference in cultivation between him and Tai Lingyun had been made up for. Zhao Feng's scarlet wings of lightning were like the wings of an undying golden crow in the blood-red glazed flame, and they were accompanied by wisps of lightning. Boom! With the explosive power of his bloodline, the lightning wings flying technique displayed the laws of flight that surpassed his body. He was like a ball of exploding scarlet flame that released blood-red sparks as he flashed through the air. Boom! 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 The two of them were like meteors that clashed together, and a wave of scorching flames swept across heaven and earth like a tsunami. The two figures quickly retreated, and a forbidden, scorching power exploded in the center. The effect of the ignition has been countered. Zhao Feng sensed at the instant they clashed. Their bloodlines came from the same body, so the ignition effect of Zhao Feng's bloodline wasn't effective on Tai Lingyun. It was just like when he faced demonic Emperor Xian Luo's scorching demon spirit body. When the flames from Zhao Feng's attack were about to ignite Tai Lingyun's body, they were instantly engulfed by the glazed flame on Tai Lingyun's body. The ignition effect of the two bloodlines couldn't be used. Furthermore, the bloodline recovery effect of Zhao Feng's perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline was greatly reduced. However, the essence and blood it absorbed was very suitable for Zhao Feng. It could be used directly on the bloodline to replenish Yuan Qi and heal injuries. Boom! Pung! Zhao Feng's fist of lightning clashed with Tai Lingyun's spear once more. Two extremely fierce and domineering attacks. Every time they collided, thunder and fire roared throughout the world. They're on par. The expressions of the two quasi-sacred lords on Tai Yunhua's side were dazed. Zhao Feng, who was only a king, was able to unleash battle power equivalent to Tai Lingyun. Even the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline wouldn't be able to do this. Zhao Feng isn't simple either. His true Yuan is extremely pure and powerful. It's extremely compatible with the Blood Devil Sun bloodline. Tai Yunhua stared at Zhao Feng without blinking. The quality of Zhao Feng's true Yuan surpassed normal peak emperors, and its power was extraordinary. Boom! Bam! The defense and physical strength of Zhao Feng's sacred lightning body, as well as the bloodline recovery effect of the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline, completely made up for the difference in cultivation and true Yuan between him and Tai Lingyun. Furthermore, Zhao Feng's Blood Devil Sun bloodline was being used up even more, and his aura became stronger and stronger. Who? Tai Lingyun's eyes flashed with a red light as battle intent filled the air. As someone from the Tai family, he obviously knew the characteristics of the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline like the back of his hand. Therefore, Tai Lingyun burned his true Yuan to increase the power of his bloodline in order to resist the unique effects of the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline. I'll let you have a taste of the body-strengthening technique that's compatible with the Blood Devil Sun bloodline. After I defeat you, I'll help you persuade Elder Hongnan. No matter how good a bloodline is, it's useless if someone doesn't know how to use their bloodline. Tai Lingyun's aura rose, and his glass-like body suddenly released a red, jade-like light. It was as if he was being reborn, and a surge of physical power appeared. Who? Zhao Feng stood in the air, and his sacred lightning body was instantly hit by a surge of heat. Who? The clash of physical power between the two caused explosions to sound in heaven and earth. Bam! Zhao Feng took a few steps back in shock. The unique physical power that Tai Lingyun was currently using combined with the Blood Devil Sun bloodline was extremely strong. The two of them boosted each other and managed to suppress his sacred lightning body and the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline. As expected, the foundation of the 8 big families couldn't be underestimated. They had studied their own bloodlines very thoroughly. I didn't expect him to use the Scarlet Jade glass body so quickly. However, this means that I need to end this battle as soon as possible. Tai Yunhua was stunned. He needed to end the battle quickly against the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline. Furthermore, Zhao Feng's body-strengthening technique had surpassed Tai Yunhua's expectations. Otherwise, Tai Lingyun wouldn't have used the Scarlet Jade glass body. The Scarlet Jade glass body was a supreme body-strengthening technique that the ancestors of the Tai family had created. When used together with the Blood Devil Sun bloodline, it could instantly unleash destructive power. At the same time, such a heaven-defying technique had a big side effect. If used for too long, it could even harm the source of one's bloodline. Not good. It's the Scarlet Jade glass body, the supreme body-strengthening technique of the Tai family. Old Ying's heart jumped. When used together with the Blood Devil Sun bloodline, the user's true Yuan, bloodline, and body could unleash power that was several times stronger than normal. Although Zhao Feng had the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline, he wasn't good at using it, and he didn't have any secret techniques to complement it. However, what Olding was confused about was why Zhao Feng hadn't used Soul Eye bloodline techniques yet. That was his forte, sacred lightning protection. Zhao Feng merged the fire of wind lightning and the physical force of the sacred lightning together, and an ancient barrier of lightning started to condense around his body. At the same time, a surge of bloodline power entered it. The ancient barrier of lightning instantly turned crystal red, and a blood-colored flame started to rise. Lightning wings, spatial flash. Whoosh! Zhao Feng appeared in the clouds, and his scarlet lightning wings released a surge of golden light as he charged down with limitless power. Before the fist aura even arrived, a burst of scarlet flames exploded. The boundless aura and physical pressure caused the spectators in the distance to feel an intense pressure in their bodies and minds. Come! Tai Ling Yun's body glittered with a scarlet-red glass-like light as flames rose. Battle intent surged in his eyes as he looked up at Zhao Feng. He wasn't scared of the explosive power that came with Zhao Feng's dive. Who? Tai Ling Yun suddenly soared into the sky like a scarlet jade dragon. He soared into the sky, and everywhere he passed, even the void was burning. Boom! A ball of blood-red flames like the glorious sun burst out, forming a flaming storm that engulfed the two figures. Who? A scarlet flaming bolt of lightning flew out. What a powerful burst of power! Zhao Feng was pushed back 100 yards. The sacred lightning protection around him had already been shattered, and a searing pain spread through his body. The lines of lightning on the surface of his sacred lightning body showed signs of collapsing. Tai Ling Yun's scarlet jade glass body completely surpassed his sacred lightning body after being activated by the Blood Devil Sun bloodline. Luckily, Zhao Feng's Blood Devil Sun bloodline allowed him to recover from his injuries in time. Tai Ling Yun was also pushed back to the ground, and a searing pain spread through his body. When Zhao Feng's sacred lightning protection was shattered, the backlash was so strong that even Tai Ling Yun's scarlet jade glass body couldn't handle it. This Zhao Feng used a flying technique and defensive secret technique to block Tai Ling Yun's explosive attack. Tai Yunhua looked at Zhao Feng and nodded his head. This brat's battle talent wasn't any weaker than some of the disciples of the Tai family. However, in the next instant, Tai Yunhua was completely stunned. That's the Blood Devil Charge, a secret technique of the Tai family. How does he know it? At the same time, Tai Ling Yun was also shocked. This was the Blood Devil Charge that he had used before. The glass-like flames around Zhao Feng's body surged and gave off the sound of explosions. The image of a scarlet blood-colored sun slowly appeared behind him, and a whirlpool started to spin. Chapter 958. Blood Demon Charge combined with the secret technique of the Blood Devil Sun bloodline. He was able to unleash an unparalleled explosive force from the very beginning to obtain an overwhelming offensive. The instantaneous explosive power was equivalent to using the Scarlet Jade glass body. However, the flaw was that it only lasted for a short period of time. If it didn't have any obvious effects, it wouldn't be very useful, and it would instead use up the power of the bloodline. Tai Ling Yun used the Blood Demon Charge twice. All of this was captured by Zhao Feng. Through the analysis of his left eye, Zhang Xian was able to analyze the secret art and replicate it. Haha, good. You're the second person in the younger generation, apart from Xin Yuan, that can make me fight with all my strength. After the shock, Tai Ling Yun became even more excited. Such a terrifying and powerful opponent had a bloodline that was even more perfect than his. It had been a long time since he had such a satisfying battle. Whoosh! Under the effect of the Blood Demon Charge, Zhao Feng shot into the sky, and his scarlet wings left a trail of light behind him. The blood-red sun behind him instantly released a layer of golden and blood-red light, and it rose into the sky like an ancient golden crow. Boom! Zhao Feng left behind a bright blood-red sun in the sky as his figure shot down, leaving behind a string of explosions. This attack pushed Zhao Feng's speed, offense, and explosive power to the extreme. Zhao Feng could feel that the Blood Demon Charge's explosive power seemed to increase by another level under the control of his perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline. This time, Even Tai Ling Yun had to be careful when facing Zhao Feng's terrifying power. Whoosh! A flaming winged dragon dozens of yards long appeared under Tai Ling Yun's feet. The flaming winged dragon was covered in crystal red scales, and its wings were huge. As it flapped its wings, countless waves of fire swept across the sky. Furthermore, Tai Ling Yun's aura seemed to increase as he stood on the flaming winged dragon, as if he could use the power of the dragon fire within its body. Boom! Tai Ling Yun rode on the flaming winged dragon and shot into the sky. Boom! The two balls of blood-red light clashed again. Boom! Several crimson rays of light shot out in all directions. Then, a storm of lightning and fire swept out, causing the vast void to tremble. Since you want to fight in the air, I'll accompany you. After this exchange, Zhao Feng's sacred lightning body dimmed once more, and Zhao Feng used the lightning wings flying technique to rise into the sky. He found that not only did the explosive power of his bloodline increase, but the characteristics of his perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline also increased. At that moment, he absorbed 3 times the amount of blood essence and vital energy from Tai Ling Yun's body, reducing the consumption of the Blood Devil impact once again. At the same time, the effect of the ignition was also more obvious. However, this amplification only existed when the Blood Demon's attack collided. Thunderwing's spatial flash. The instant the effect of the Blood Demon charge disappeared, Zhao Feng activated his secret flying technique and shot down. Ding ding pong. The two went from fighting at low altitudes to high altitudes. It was like a battle between a golden crow and a fire dragon. Dazzling blood splendor covered the entire sky. Boom! Hoo! Zhao Feng used the Blood Demon charge again and clashed with Tai Ling Yun. Although Tai Ling Yun was standing on the flaming winged dragon and could borrow the power of the flaming winged dragon's draconic fire, the powerful body of the flaming winged dragon also weakened the impact of the clash. However, he lost his speed advantage and could only defend. On the other hand, Zhao Feng's Scarlet Wings of Lightning was extremely agile when used with the Lightning Wings flying technique and the Lightning Wing spatial flash. Adding on the explosive power of the Blood Devil Sun bloodline, his speed was pushed to the extreme. Speed could increase explosiveness, and explosiveness could increase speed. Each of Zhao Feng's attacks would come from a high altitude, and he would switch between the Lightning Wing spatial flash and the Blood Demon charge. After one exchange, he would immediately retreat and prepare for the next attack to control the situation. So strong, Zhao Feng has turned the tables and is now the one with the initiative. Shi Yulei was stunned, and he couldn't help but admire Zhao Feng. If he faced Tai Ling Yun, he would only be able to take a beating, but from the looks of it, Tai Ling Yun was the one counterattacking. Shi Yulei could only think of Xian Wuheng in the younger generation who could do this. Zhao Feng is training his bloodline power. Olding nodded his head faintly. He finally understood why Zhao Feng didn't use his eye bloodline techniques. He could feel that Zhao Feng's control over the Blood Devil Sun bloodline had become better, and he was able to reduce the amount of energy he expended to the minimum. Since Zhao Feng could learn the Tai family's bloodline secret technique, it wouldn't be hard for him to learn how to control Tai Ling Yun's bloodline. Furthermore, Zhao Feng's control over the situation was very strong. This isn't good for us if this continues. Tai Yunhua's eyes could see through everything. Zhao Feng's Lightning Wings secret technique and other secret techniques made him extremely agile, and he had the advantage in terms of speed. Tai Ling Yun borrowed the power of the Flaming Dragon, but he wasn't able to gain the upper hand, so he was forced into a passive state. Although he wasn't losing, Tai Ling Yun's Scarlet Jade Glass body was reaching its limit. On the other side, although Zhao Feng could absorb blood to recover his Yuan Qi, it wasn't enough to replenish the Yuan Qi he had expended. If this continued, the key to victory would be whether Zhao Feng's Yuan Qi or Tai Ling Yun's Scarlet Jade Glass body could last longer. Everyone below was watching this fiery battle of bloodlines. Unknowingly, a fighting spirit was awakened in their bodies. Bam! Tai Ling Yun clashed with Zhao Feng once again, and he felt a strong shockwave explode out. However, no one knew how frustrated he was. Zhao Feng's attacks were extremely unique and weird. Every time they clashed, he felt as if his attacks weren't able to deal a complete blow. It was as if Zhao Feng's attacks were aimed at his weakest point. What a strong true yuan! This was Tai Ling Yun's second feeling. From the start until now, Zhao Feng had maintained his flying state and his sacred lightning body. Even if the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline could absorb blood essence and yuan qi from him to replenish his true yuan, it should have been used up a long time ago. However, he didn't know that Zhao Feng's foundation was extremely firm ever since he recultivated. He even suppressed his cultivation and consolidated the quality of his true yuan. Adding on the uniqueness of the 5-elemental wind lightning technique, the quality and quantity of Zhao Feng's true yuan were much better than some emperors. Ding! Ding! Bam! The flames around Tai Ling Yun's body rose once more, and the flaming dragon below him seemed to be tired. His scarlet jade glass body had almost reached its limit. If this continued, it would damage his bloodline. Tai Ling Yun's eyes calmed down, and he prepared to find an opportunity to unleash a devastating attack. Bam! Under the continuous barrage of attacks, at a certain moment, the boundless world of yellow sand shook violently. Crack! A certain place in the sky above the little world suddenly shattered. The power of the little world started to become chaotic, and an invisible storm was about to start. Not good. This little world is being affected by their battle and is about to shatter. A sacred lord on Tai Yunhua's side exclaimed. The clashes between Zhao Feng and Tai Ling Yun are too concentrated, and most of them are concentrated in a certain area. They've damaged the structure of the little world. Logically speaking, this little world should be relatively stable and complete. Old Ing instantly analyzed the reason for this situation. They still want to keep fighting? Shi Yulei was slightly surprised. The little world was about to shatter. If this continued, both of their lives would be in danger. Boom! Hoo! A surge of fire Dao aura suddenly charged toward where Zhao Feng and Tai Ling Yun were fighting. A vast and turbulent glazed flame completely enveloped the two of them. After all, the Blood Devil Sun bloodline wasn't suitable for prolonged battles. Both of them were at the end of their rope, and their resistance against a sacred Lord-level Blood Devil Sun bloodline was very weak. Who? Tai Ling Yun's scarlet jade glass body was suppressed. Let's end this here. I'll give you my dragon jade. Tai Yunhua threw away his dragon jade, gave a deep look at Zhao Feng, and then led Tai Ling Yun and the other two members toward the crack to the little world in the sky. Elder Yunhua, can you see how much true yuan Zhao Feng has left? Tai Ling Yun was slightly unwilling to give up. This battle was even more difficult than he had imagined. Zhao Feng's strength in every aspect far surpassed his imagination. He could also tell that the key to victory was his scarlet jade glass body and Zhao Feng's true yuan. I can't tell, but you've used all your strength while he's still holding back. Tai Yunhua shook his head. He could feel that Zhao Feng was wary of him when he was heading toward the battlefield, but he was still extremely calm. It was as if Zhao Feng was confident that he would be able to block him if he attacked. Tai Ling Yun was unhappy when he heard what Elder Yunhua said. He wanted to retort, but he was interrupted. He also has eye bloodline techniques. Elder Yunhua's voice faintly entered Tai Ling Yun's mind. Following that, Tai Ling Yun's gaze grew calm. He was having so much fun that he forgot that Zhao Feng had an eye bloodline that wasn't any weaker than the perfect Blood Devil Sun bloodline. However, your bloodline has awakened again after this battle. Tai Yunhua led the team and disappeared from the small world. Go! Zhao Feng shouted in a low voice. He took a piece of warm and lustrous dragon jade and rushed out from another crack. At the same time, Old Ing and company also left through the entrance. When they reappeared in the shrouding sky forest, the Iron Meteoric Fire Squad was nowhere to be seen. Ninth Prince. Zhao Feng directly handed over the jade pendant. Brother Zhao. The Ninth Prince's hands trembled. Although he had received dragon jades from many members since he entered this place until now, he still had many dragon jades. However, this was the first time he felt that the dragon jade was so heavy. Let's take a rest here first. Olding looked at Zhao Feng's current state and suggested. After all, Zhao Feng would be the main focus in the upcoming event. He would be searching for beasts and increasing the strength of the beast horde. If Zhao Feng was heavily injured and wasn't in his peak condition, how could they do this? At this moment, Zhao Feng had become a core member of the team just below him. They couldn't allow anything to happen to him. That's a good idea. Let's gather together and discuss what we should do next. Sure, Yule agreed with this. Zhao Feng's strength gave him a sense of safety. He even felt that the ninth prince had the right to fight against the top 5 princes. The ninth prince's group was resting in the forest. Zhao Feng obviously understood what everyone was thinking, so he sat down without hesitation and ate some 100 origin fruit juice to recover from his injuries and recover a lot of energy. The Blood Devil Sun bloodline was an explosive bloodline, and it was easy to leave behind hidden injuries, especially if it was overused. Zhao Feng had gained a lot from the fight with Tai Lingyun. Not only did he learn how to control the Blood Devil Sun bloodline, but he also copied the Blood Demon Charge, a peerless secret technique that supported the Blood Devil Sun bloodline. At the same time, Zhao Feng felt that Tai Lingyun's bloodline had awakened due to his stimulation, and his strength would increase by leaps and bounds. Chapter 959. The Crown Prince trial is about to enter the second stage. Old Ying's tone was solemn. Olding, do you have any plans? Sure, Yulei's eyes became dim. The Crown Prince trial was a way to train the Crown Prince. It was also a game in the hands of the Imperials and the Grand Imperial Hall. This game started from the Crown Prince trial, and it had developed to this day and was gradually perfected. The game could be split into 4 parts. The Fate Gathering competition, taking over cities, the battle between the princes, and the battle for the Grand Seal. Of course, if there weren't enough participants, the game wouldn't be able to continue, which was why the princes were asked to recruit people. To be precise, the recruitment before the game started could also be considered as a part of it. When everyone first entered the Divine Illusion dimension, they were attacking inheritances and stealing providence. This was the Fate Gathering competition. Before, we could only take advantage of the chaos and wait for an opportunity in the procedure of attacking the city. But right now, I've got a new strategy. Joy flashed through Old Ying's eyes as he looked at Zhao Feng. It was Zhao Feng's beast taming skills and mastery of the soul that gave Old Ying some confidence. The ninth prince, Zhou Su'er, and company all knew a little about Old Ying's plan. Shi Yulei and Su Qingling followed Old Ying's gaze and looked at Zhao Feng. Could Zhao Feng's beast taming skills surpass some Grandmaster beast tamers? It wasn't hard for Shi Yulei to think about it, and he was stunned. He originally thought that Zhao Feng was relying on his relationship with Duke Nanfeng to use the Cloud Silkworm Saint Butterfly to take over the position of Grandmaster Beast Tamer. He didn't expect Zhao Feng to have beast taming skills that weren't any weaker than Grandmaster Beast Tamers. That's right. Zhou Su nodded her head. Zhao Feng's beast taming skills were the best. Therefore, all we need to do now is to help Zhao Feng obtain more beasts and beast hordes. That way, we'll be able to gain an advantage in taking over cities. Olding said, taking over cities was the time to show off the strength of a team. Beast tamers and doctors were extremely useful. When the two worked together, they could unleash extreme battle power. Su Qingling looked at Zhao Feng in a daze. In the beginning, the youth who was ignored and hated by everyone had become the main character of this game after dozens of days. As she conversed with the crowd, she learned that Zhao Feng's mastery of the soul was extraordinary. Next, we're going to look for power-type demonic beasts. The ninth prince was overjoyed. Recruiting Zhao Feng seemed to be the most successful decision he had made in this trial. Apart from Zhao Feng, the other 7 were discussing and expressing their opinions. While Zhao Feng was recovering from his injuries and cultivating, he was still able to hear everyone's conversation clearly. Game? Attack the city and plunder the land? This place is definitely not ordinary. If there was a side attacking a city, then there would be a side defending the city. There must be something special about this so-called city that could attract so many people to fight over it. Even those princes who had no intention of competing for the position of crown prince would join in. Rely on my beast-taming skills? That's perfect. Zhao Feng was excited. His 10,000 divine thoughts technique had reached the level of creating 8,000 thoughts with one thought. However, it was far from enough for him to control every single one of them as he pleased with just 8,000 of them. Furthermore, the 10,000 divine thoughts technique wasn't complete, and it could only allow Zhao Feng to create 9,000 thoughts with one thought. The Duanmu family might not even have the complete 10,000 divine thoughts technique. Even if the Duanmu family had the complete 10,000 divine thoughts technique, Zhao Feng wouldn't be able to obtain it with the current situation. Therefore, Zhao Feng could only rely on himself to cultivate the 10,000 divine thoughts technique. Controlling a large number of demonic beasts was the best time to train Zhao Feng in the 10,000 divine thoughts technique. Zhao Feng believed that it wouldn't be hard for him to create the complete 10,000 divine thoughts technique once he cultivated it to a certain level. Half a day later, Zhao Feng opened his eyes. The serious injuries on his body were fine, and he could slowly recover with the help of the water, wood of wind lightning, and sacred lightning body. We can move now. Zhao Feng let out a breath. The other 7 people who were discussing and planning their next move paused and looked at Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng, you recovered so quickly. Zhou Su ran over. In the beginning, she had come to heal Zhao Feng, but Zhao Feng had rejected her. Everyone thought that they would have to sit here for a few days. However, only half a day had passed, and Zhao Feng had finished his treatment. Indeed, it's about time. Zhou Su inspected Zhao Feng and found that there were no serious injuries on Zhao Feng's body. Zhou Su even thought that Zhao Feng couldn't be a grandmaster of the Tao of medicine, right? If that was really the case, she felt that the 9th prince and Zhao Feng could form a team in the crown prince trial. The cultivation technique that I cultivate is special, and it has the ability to heal. Zhao Feng explained. Okay, let's move out quickly. Olding immediately stood up. The earlier they acted, the more prepared they would be. They had already discussed the plan just now. Their target was the overlord of the forest, the sky-shaking golden ape. The sky-shaking golden apes didn't just have terrifying strength. Their defense was also top tier. They also had a certain amount of agility, and they were much more practical than Yao spirits like the mountain giant. Shi Yulei and Su Qingling looked at Zhao Feng. Even the Grandmaster Beast Tamers of the Lord Dynasty couldn't complete the sky-shaking golden apes. The sky-shaking golden apes weren't beasts that lived in groups, but they had the ability to fight in groups. They had a violent personality, and their souls were tough and unyielding. Normal beast tamers wouldn't even be able to get close to the sky-shaking golden apes if they didn't have a strong combatant suppressing them. Even now, they didn't believe that Zhao Feng had the ability to do so. However, Olding was the one who set this target. They believed that Olding wouldn't be wrong about Zhao Feng's beast-taming abilities. The sky-shaking golden apes are gathered in the depths of this forest. The group of 8 then headed into the depths of the forest. On the way, there were many ferocious beasts hiding in the darkness. Even though the beasts in the imperial tombs were ferocious, they wouldn't recklessly attack the 8 of them. Adding on Old Ying's perception technique, they tried their best to avoid some beast hordes. The light in the center of the forest was dim, and each tree was so big that dozens of people could wrap their arms around it. Boom! Boom! Where we go? These emperor-level sky-shaking golden apes are way too strong. An elder in gray robes said urgently. After saying that, a quasi-sacred lord expert charged forward with limitless golden physical force. In front of him was a giant ape with shiny golden fur and golden red eyes. It radiated a ferocious aura that shook the area. Even quasi-sacred lord body-strengthening experts like Hua Hui didn't dare to fight it head-on. He mainly relied on his physical defense to attract its attention so that the other members of the group could attack it. Boom! The two emperors unleashed powerful attacks of ice and fire that landed on the back of the sky, shaking Golden Ape. Whoosh! On the other side, a grim-looking old female, standing on a tree, released several dark arrows from her soul that shot toward the sky, shaking Golden Ape's head. Several emperors in the back used long-range attacks to disrupt the sky, shaking Golden Ape. Roar! The sky-shaking Golden Ape roared in anger as its golden fur stood on end, and its aura instantly increased. It swung its fists that were as big as small mountains and caused the air to explode. Boom! A thick tree was directly smashed apart and sent flying. If Brother Zhu obtains such a powerful beast, it will be a great help to us. The eyes of a golden-robed male on a tree in the distance sparkled. Hee, Your Highness, after I tame this sky-shaking Golden Ape, I can use it to tame other sky-shaking Golden Apes and expand the beast horde. Next to the 11th Prince, Zhulong was also extremely excited. Such a powerful beast could only be tamed by relying on a large number of battle-type members. This was the first time he had seen an Emperor-level beast with such power. If he could tame it, he would be able to show off to the other Grandmaster Beast Tamers when he returned to the Continent Zone. Then, Brother Zhu, hurry up and do it. The 11th Prince was slightly impatient. Your Highness, we can't rush this. Tell them to work harder. Zhulong's gaze froze. To tame such a powerful demonic beast, if one didn't exhaust it, it was practically impossible to tame it. It wouldn't be good if he lost his life if he went ahead. There's someone there. Who is it? Zhulong suddenly sensed something and looked towards the darkness behind him. Whoosh! Several figures appeared in front of the 11th Prince. Brother 9th Prince. The 11th Prince let out a breath. The strength of the princes ranked at the bottom wasn't much different. Furthermore, the 9th Prince's team didn't have as many people. It was only because of his talent and character that the intelligence organization ranked him 7th. However, the three martial monarchs on the 11th Prince's side who were in the middle of a battle instantly cried out. It's him. It's Zhao Feng. The other people on the 11th Prince's team instinctively looked at Zhao Feng. Among them, Zhulong's eyes were filled with interest. At the same time, the 9th Prince's team also looked at Zhao Feng. They didn't know what he had done with Zhou Su. Zhao Feng, these are the three people you robbed back then. Zhou Su was reminded when she saw that Zhao Feng didn't remember them at all. When he teamed up with Zhao Feng, they robbed two groups. The first was the 6th Prince's group, and the second was the 11th Prince's group. May I ask why Brother 9th Prince is here? The 11th Prince's expression didn't change. The three of them had said this many times already. From their point of view, there was only one possibility. Zhao Feng had a treasure that could adapt to space. Otherwise, unless he was a sacred lord, he wouldn't be as terrifying as the three said. We're also here to tame the sky-shaking Golden Apes. I didn't expect Brother 11th to be here as well. The 9th Prince spoke the truth. However, the expressions of the members of the 11th Prince's team changed. From their point of view, the 9th Prince's words were filled with provocation. It was obvious that he wanted to fight them. Zhulong, the beast tamer next to the 11th Prince, immediately sent a message to the 11th Prince. A smile appeared on the 11th Prince's face. Since Brother 9th Prince is also here to tame the sky-shaking Golden Ape, we can team up and subdue this sky-shaking Golden Ape before deciding who it belongs to. Chapter 960. A smile formed on the 11th Prince's face. Since Brother 9th Prince is also here to tame the sky-shaking Golden Ape, we can team up and subdue this sky-shaking Golden Ape before deciding who it belongs to. Will there be a problem, Zhulong? The 11th Prince messaged his subordinates after seeing that the 9th Prince didn't agree immediately. Don't worry, Your Highness. They won't reject us. The sky-shaking Golden Ape is a beast that stands at the peak of emperors. It has strong battle power and strong willpower. It will take a long time for a single team to subdue it. Zhulong's eyes looked at Zhao Feng. According to what he knew, Zhao Feng hadn't passed the Grandmaster Beast Tamer exam. He only relied on the borrowed Cloud Silkworm Saint Butterfly to become a Beast Tamer on the 9th Prince's team. Therefore, after taking care of this guy, shaking golden ape, he would suggest using his beast taming skills to take control of the sky, shaking golden ape. He wouldn't make the same mistake as Grandmaster Beast Tamer Liang Sang and challenge Zhao Feng to a spiritual pet duel. 11th brother, we're taking this guy, shaking golden ape. The ninth prince's voice suddenly sounded. What? Zhu Long paused. He didn't expect the ninth prince's team to reject him. No matter how he looked at it, the ninth prince's team was weak. Their true battle power was only Old Ing and Shirule. Why would they reject him? Furthermore, their words were so arrogant. Ninth brother, we're all princes that aren't fated to become the crown prince, so there's no need to fight with each other. Why don't we team up against the 7th prince or the 8th prince? We might even be able to obtain some benefits in the Heaven's Legacy City. The 11th prince's expression was green. The 9th prince was acting strangely today and acting so domineering. 11th prince, I'll give you 2 choices. One is to leave, and the other is to leave behind your draconic providence. Olding stood up and said decisively. Hearing this, the members of the 9th prince's team felt very happy. Ninth brother royal, you're too confident. Although his overall strength was ranked 9th, the strength of his team wasn't any weaker than the 9th prince's. At the same time, the members of the 11th prince's team felt that something was wrong and led the sky, shaking golden ape toward the 9th prince. So much nonsense. Shirule let out an angry roar and rushed out first. His body flashed with a dark yellow light, and his body suddenly grew taller. His entire body petrified, and parts of his body turned into metal. An invisible physical pressure rose into the sky. Old Ing, Zhao Feng, and the other members of the team followed closely behind. The members of the 9th prince's team took action. If he was afraid of the 11th prince, then what would he do when facing the 8th prince, the 7th prince, or even the 4th prince? The 11th prince was startled and didn't know what to do. The 9th prince's team was acting very strangely. They actually attacked first. 11th prince, don't be in such a rush. Let them experience the beast horde in the imperial tombs. Zhulong was furious and slapped his spirit pet pouch. Suddenly, the aura of a berserk beast horde appeared in the lush forest. Almost 100 purple-striped black panthers surrounded Zhulong and the 11th prince. Oh, it was actually a beast horde. Zhao Feng glanced at the purple-striped Black Panther King. It wasn't hard to see that Zhu Long controlled the entire beast horde by taming the purple-striped Black Panther King. A faint smile appeared on Zhao Feng's face as a purple and gold light flashed from his faint golden left eye, and a powerful eye bloodline power surged. In the next instant, something unexpected happened. A scarlet-red light flashed through the purple-striped Black Panther King's eyes, and its expression twisted in pain as it started to go crazy. What's going on? The purple-striped Black Panther King. Zhulong's expression suddenly changed. The purple-striped Black Panther King's personality changed, and his connection with the purple-striped Black Panther King started to disappear. Roar! The purple-striped Black Panther King broke free from Zhulong's control and turned into a dark purple blur. It gave off a sharp and fierce aura as it attacked Zhulong, who was the closest to it. At the same time, the entire purple-striped Black Panther King also lost control. It was obvious that their connection with the purple-striped Black Panther King had disappeared. However, as the purple-striped Black Panther King attacked Zhulong and company, all the other purple-striped Black Panther Kings started to attack as well. Master Zhu, what's going on? The 11th prince roared in fear. The two of them were in the center of the purple-striped Black Panther horde, and the purple-striped Black Panther horde that had lost control charged toward them. Facing the counterattack of the entire beast horde, the 11th prince and Zhulong were filled with fear. The other members of the 11th prince's team instantly arrived next to the 11th prince. Hua Hui's golden fist contained boundless power that pushed the purple-striped Black Panther King back. The other members also released their powerful auras and blocked the incoming purple-striped Black Panther King. Your Highness, don't panic. I'll immediately control the purple-striped Black Panther King. Zhulong's face went red, and he immediately used many methods to calm down and communicate with the purple-striped Black Panther King. Master Zhulong, watch out! The elder in gray roared as he thrust out a palm that blocked the attacks of Old Ing and company. Shirulei, your opponent is me. Hua Hui charged toward Shirulei. While the 11th Prince's team was in chaos, Hu Weng, the scarlet wings of lightning spread behind Zhao Feng's back. Whoosh! Zhao Feng didn't bother with the 11th Prince and the purple-striped Black Panther horde. He turned into a bolt of scarlet lightning and charged toward the sky, shaking golden apes. Golden lightning dominating body. A layer of golden-blue lightning instantly covered Zhao Feng's body, and he was like a mountain of lightning as he smashed toward the sky, shaking golden apes. Wind lightning eye flame. A shocking surge of eye bloodline flames appeared in Zhao Feng's left eye. Golden purple light spun around it, and dark god tribulation lightning symbols appeared. Boom! A ball of transparent purple and gold lightning fire containing the destructive aura of god tribulation lightning exploded in the sky, shaking Golden Ape's head. Roar! The sky's shaking Golden Ape, which was already covered in injuries, started to howl after receiving 2 attacks from Zhao Feng. Zhao Feng's wind lightning eye flame contained a terrifying amount of god tribulation lightning, and it started to burn the sky, shaking Golden Ape's body and soul. Boom! Zhao Feng aimed at the sky, shaking Golden Ape's head, and punched again. At the same time, the dark heart seal that Zhao Feng had already condensed in his left eye was imprinted into the depths of the sky, shaking Golden Ape's soul. The entire process was extremely fast, and it only took a few breaths. What's that brat doing? He's challenging the sky, shaking Golden Ape by himself. The 11th Prince's group sensed the situation between Zhao Feng and the sky, shaking Golden Ape while they were dealing with the purple-striped black leopards. His strength is so strong. How is this possible? Hua Hui's expression changed. He could feel the power of Zhao Feng's physical body from so far away. That brat's crazy. Zhulong's heart jumped as he looked at Zhao Feng, who was fighting with the sky, shaking Golden Ape. In his heart, Zhao Feng was just a fake beast tamer. However, such battle power wasn't something that a measly king could do. However, from the sky, shaking Golden Ape's howls, he could tell how strong Zhao Feng's attacks were. Your Highness, don't panic. The purple-striped Black Leopard King's emotions are slowly calming down. When the purple-striped Black Leopard King's emotions became chaotic, Zhulong used many beast-taming techniques to calm it down and slowly established a connection with it. The purple-striped Black Leopard King slowly calmed down. The pressure on the 11th Prince's group instantly decreased. You're courting death. Zhulong regained control of the purple-striped Black Leopard King and puffed out his chest. He looked at Old Ing and company, who were fighting with the 11th Prince's group, and prepared to command the purple-striped black leopards. However, in the next instant, boom! A loud explosion sounded behind them, and a terrifying and fierce aura made the 11th Prince's group's backs go cold. Roar! Roar! The sky shaking Golden Ape roared in anger and leapt toward the 11th Prince's group. Its large body was like a giant mountain as it crushed over. How is this possible? That brat actually tamed the sky, shaking Golden Ape? The 11th Prince's group was dazed. There was such a strong and violent beast tamer? How is this possible? That's a sky-shaking Golden Ape. Zhulong's mind went blank as he stood there in a daze. In just a few breaths, while he was calming down the purple-striped Black Leopard King, Zhao Feng had successfully tamed the sky-shaking Golden Ape. Roar! The purple-striped black leopards that were controlled by Zhulong howled and ran away when they saw the sky-shaking Golden Ape that was like a mountain. Boom! The sky-shaking Golden Ape landed in front of the 11th Prince's group, and wood of wind lightning surrounded its body. Zhao Feng stood proudly on the sky, shaking Golden Ape's head, and looked down at everyone. Hand over all your draconic providence, or leave the imperial tombs. Zhao Feng's tone was cold. The hearts of the 11th Prince's group shook, and no one resisted. The three emperors that Zhao Feng had robbed before trembled in fear. Zhao Feng, you... The 11th prince was enraged, and a sparkling jade seal appeared in his hand. 11th prince, wait. Zhu Long immediately stopped him. Your Highness, even if you use the draconic providence to increase your battle power, the 9th prince can do the same. The 11th prince gritted his teeth when he heard Zhu Long's words, but there was nothing he could do. Brother 9th prince, you're very skilled. The 11th prince threw out his pseudo-crown prince seal. The members of the 11th prince's group also handed over their dragon jades. They didn't collect any draconic providence. At the center of the imperial tombs were 4 large metal cities that took up 4 sides. Within the metal cities, there were unique buildings made of metal, tall bell towers that pierced the sky, mysterious stargazing towers, and peaceful fountains. Large amounts of beasts gathered in front of the gates of each metal city. At this moment, in front of the gates of a metal city in the west, 2 groups of beasts fought intensely. Ice wolves, fierce tigers, giant bears, giant pythons. The battlefield was chaotic, and fierce auras shot into the sky. Damn it, the 8th prince is the weakest of the 4 metal cities, but he's still so hard to deal with. This is too unfair. They can trade beasts from the heavens' legacy cities. Several dozen people stood in front of the gates. 2 of them were beast tamers, and they gritted their teeth as they controlled large amounts of beasts to attack the metal cities. Not good. The people from the Yu family have come out. That's Yu Qianhao and Yu Lenghua. 2 figures appeared on the metal city walls. Unparalleled battle intent. Yu Qianhao and Yu Lenghua, the elder of the Yu family, suddenly emitted a terrifying battle intent. Behind the 2 of them, a faint cold shadow appeared. The invisible energy caused the air to distort. Boom! The beasts on the metal cities side instantly started to roar. Their eyes were filled with excitement as they released their beastly auras. This is a secret technique of the Yu family. It's also effective against beasts. Tell the beasts to retreat. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.